Hello, Galaxy. I'm the greatest dad. It's true because I 3D printed it last night. This is how it turned out after I turned the printer off. I let it cool down for a while, and you can see it's solid. It's nice. It's also flat, which is good considering it's only like 7 millimeters thick, and that includes the edge here. I know some would argue, oh, you should have made the border gray. Well, no. I'm very happy with the white decision. I could have made the border gray, no doubt about that. I could have made it any other color. In fact, a red might have also worked well. But I thought white was a nice way to bring out the white a little more, as well as to set itself apart from the black surface here. So yes, this turned out very well. And since you've now seen it on the internet, you know it's true. Myself, greatest dad in the galaxy. So great, I'm wearing the same shirt 2 days in a row because I like it. It's very comfy. It's very Vadery, so it's Star Warsy. And quite honestly, I did not sweat all that much for the past 24 hours that I know of. No perspiring. I don't smell myself. That's how I know when I start smelling myself. Moreover, we have a somewhat non-functional washer right now, because I guess it's got a clog and we haven't taken care of it yet. So laundry is kind of paused, amongst other things, but have no fear. As I flip over to what's printing right now, let me grab something. Anybody care to guess what I'm doing here? I mean, on the printer? If you're wondering what I smell like Darth Vader. I really genuinely do. This is a new Darth Vader cologne that I got. Zara, the brand. They've done some Star Wars stuff. I also got a Yoda and a BB-8. Came in a set of 3. And I'm not sure I'm necessarily sold. Ooh, yikes. That was probably too much. It's dripping down. I should have sprayed it further away. I'm not sold on the scent. It's okay. It's not like astounding, like amazing, like perfect. It's musky enough, though I wish it was a little more musky, personally. That's me. DV Slim Mango wondered what happened to my hair. Well, it's this thing called a haircut. And you may not be familiar with it, but effectively, someone has some kind of clippers, a shaver, a sharp instrument of sorts, and goes, and then, before you know it, you have no hair on the head. So there you go. What happened to the early Sunday streams? I only tested that really well. Well, I was testing it, I guess, on YouTube, and then I did the longer stream starting earlier in the day on Twitch, and neither one seemed to yield any amount of results that were worth noting beyond what it was that I was doing before. Here's the bottom line. With YouTube, I could do a video that you'd want me to see, and you're never going to see it. Let me say that again. I could do a video that you'd want to see, and you're never going to see it. Why? Well, that's the YouTube algorithm. It knows better than you. You don't know what you want. YouTube knows what you want, and you probably want a lot, no doubt about that. But I found that by spending a little bit of extra time doing that, didn't really improve situations any. I might go back to trying it again on a weekend morning, but quite honestly, it's tapped out. Doesn't matter what I put there. So at this stage, I'm just dumping the archives from the Twitch live stream onto YouTube, where, again, even if I spent an immense amount of time and effort on a video, the same amount of people would see it. So what's the point of overextending myself when there's the law of diminishing returns? And it's very much intact, specifically on YouTube. So there's your answer to that question. It is sad and it's unfortunate, but that's pretty much, if you look up the definition of YouTube in the dictionary, sad and unfortunate, it's like definition number 2, I think. It's the lesser popular definition, but certainly a very apropos definition if you know anything about publishing on YouTube. So yeah, that would be the answer to that question. Now, did anybody really come close to guessing what I'm doing here? Obviously, I'm printing too many supports. That's what's going on here. Too many supports, but I just looked at it and I kept looking at it. I'm like, I don't want this to fail. I don't want this to look bad. I'd rather have too many supports than not enough. So this is going to be an over-supported model. Still haven't gone and recycled the filaments. Maybe we'll get to doing that this week. Maybe early in the day when I feel like I'm ready to do it, to give it a shot. Probably very early in the day. It's just you never know. It's going to be a very busy week. Of course, I say that damn near every week, but probably less busy than last week, possibly. Got a few things that I got to check off the list, and this is the spare filament is probably low priority. It will be somewhat time intensive in the sense that I would want to babysit it to make sure it turned out okay. We'll see. Something from Tron? No, nothing from Tron. Not that I know of. Not an R2-D2 statue, no. Superman's home, the Fortress of Solitude? No, this is not it. Definitely not it that I know of. I mean, it might be, but maybe with the supports, if I, manage them a certain way, it'll turn out, but you never know. You never know. No, I don't think you're going to guess this. And even when you see the top of it, you're not going to know what it is. I will tell you this. It's a mashup. It's something that you could probably only ever get by 3D printing it. I'm a huge fan of printing those kinds of things. Now, to print off a Greatest Dad in the Galaxy, I've seen these cards before. Not really all that unique. I just thought it might be kind of fun to try to see how it turned out. And I'm really happy with the results yesterday. I mean, because, I am, according to the internet, the greatest dad in the galaxy. Mm-hmm. Is it my bust on a toilet? No, C. Travis. That was really funny. CineUp76 ended up doing a little Photoshop of my head on a toilet because we were talking about me getting new toilets the other day, and I was like, that's kind of funny. So I threw that onto Twitter and into Discord because I thought it was kind of funny. It was a funny little mashup. It's definitely though not my bust on a toilet. Not that I ever want one. And Builder's Mark has now threatened to turn that into a model. Big Fan asks, if you watch live on Twitch, why would you watch it on YouTube after I've seen it? That's a great question, Big Fan. I don't know. Maybe it's not for you. Not everything has to be for you. Some things are for other people. Moreover, when the streams are done, they might live on Twitch for the next 60 days or so. Ow, hang on. But once they're done forever. So to effectively archive them, I have to put them on a site like YouTube. So not like anybody I think would ever want to come back to this day and time and watch this specific video for any specific reason. But, it's nice to have the archive, no doubt about that. The Golden Boy, guessing it's a Stormtrooper with a comically sized large head. Well, I will tell you this. It is part Stormtrooper. Gasoline 75, not the Death Star. I've printed a Death Star egg, but that's about it, to my knowledge. Wow, hey, we got a new follower here. Tumulos... What? Tumulo's Child Support? That's a very interesting handle. Call for Up logo? Yes, watch this. If I do this. There you go. There's the logo. Just like that. Bling! I can also do that logo. Bling! You can too. Those are sub-tier 3 emotes. If you subscribe at tier 3, you can unlock those emotes. Of course, we have emotes at every level. But I figured, I'll reserve that for the top. So just the people who opt to support at tier 3 will get those. For a good reason. Because otherwise, they would get spammed to hell and back. And, quite honestly, I'm not interested in seeing them all that often. So there could very well be days when I don't see those logos. And I will be perfectly happy. I will be satisfied. I will survive not remembering things that happened 2 decades ago. 2 decades, I've aged, as have you, 2 decades from that time. Haven't seen me since the early 2000s? Yes. Yes, see, that's exactly what I'm saying. 20 years ago. So much has happened since then. So much. So many things. Including this. I'm doing something tonight that I didn't do before. This particular model, at least. Haven't printed this one before. But I thought if I was going to do something in part of this fandom, it would be this way. That'll make sense after the print is finished in about 2 hours and 52 minutes, given that we're 38% the way through. I would have started it and should have started it earlier, but I sliced it a little late today. I'm going to have to be really careful with removing the supports too. And again, I'd rather have more than enough supports that I can recycle than ending up having a print that I wasn't as satisfied with. So, what do I think of your Kylo Ren model on Discord? Chris, Travis, I think it looked awesome. Loved the filament you used. That looked really solid. I think I retweeted your... You had another one that you tagged me on. I retweeted. I accelerated that. I probably should have accelerated the Kylo Ren model, now that I think about it. Tracking shows I should receive a package tomorrow. Awesome. Cannot wait for that. We'll have to be doing a Monday mail call then, if that's the case. Some people do mail calls like regularly. I guess I do get mail, but maybe it's not in the traditional sense. We don't get a lot of packages sent in from people at this point. A lot of the packages we get... Well, let me put it this way. I've got some toilet paper on order, some tissues, like facial tissues, butt wipes, like wet wipes. Right. Mail call, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do it. The Kylo Ren model was done by Sid Nake. This guy is amazing at modeling. He must be. I haven't heard of him yet. Oh, thank you for redeeming the stretch. It's beautiful. Let's go ahead and throw in a raffle. And theoretically, keep things going. Sorry, I was adjusting a Vader. It happens every so often. Yeah, earlier today, what was it? What's his handle? Makes and Breaks? No, Breaks. God, what's his handle? I'm blanking on his handle. He did a stream earlier today, and I popped into the stream, and so many people I recognized, and then he left without Breaks and Makes, I think is what his handle is. He was ending the stream. I'm like, no, wait, raid. And he ended the stream like, no, raid. And he ended up salvaging it. He ended up raiding Sith Lord Brit successfully. It was kind of funny. Because I was like, no, wait, raid. And he did. I was happy I'm glad I saved that stream raid. Because I was like, no, it's a great opportunity. And I wish I could explain that at a substantially deep level. People have to get used to rating. All right, here we go. Sid Nike. Oh man, those are some detailed models. Holy cow! Every 3D builder seems to have a Patreon. That's funny. Interesting. Oh yeah, he's got a lot of busts. Holy cow! $18 for the Cara Dune. Wow. Some of them are better likenesses than others, but I would say these are pretty detailed. I kind of wish I was more into busts than I actually am. I'm just not. I'm not as into busts. I mean, they're neat. Don't get me wrong. I like how a lot of them look, but I've never been a helmet collector, a bust collector, a large figurine collector, maybe smaller. I could probably do smaller. Oh, you're on his Patreon? Yeah, I could do the smaller ones. I would get Cara Dune, but only to print off for Jedi. Like, I think it would be kind of neat to have one of Cara Dune for her, but I'm not necessarily gonna chase it down outright. I don't think there are any. Oh, we got an Aziz Light. Sorry, I missed that. Purple. Let's do this. Purple. Ah, as luck would have it, actually, that's not purple. I think that's purple. It's pink. Gotta save the pink. Pink is different from purple. No, he definitely does a good job. Don't get me wrong. I think you should absolutely support creators, when they put something out there. like that. You know, especially if they're asking or they don't offer the model to you directly, or you know you're not attaining it one way or another. Speaking of creators to support, Fotis Mint started following me today. That I was like, what? What on Twitch? That's where it matters. That's where it counts. So happy to see that. Did I see this? Ahsoka Tano and Grogu. Hot Toys. Yes, I did see that. Yes, you support him as well. That's great. There's so many good modelers to support. So many amazing modelers. Uh-oh. Look at all y'all gambling. Look at all y'all gambling. Oh, it's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long friggin' night. It's been a long... Uh-oh. It's been a long week. And I guess the week is over, or is it just beginning? Is Sunday the first day or the last day of the week? As soon as I take care of one thing. It's like a Cerebus? Is that the name of the beast? Cut off one head. You vanquish one head, you cut off one head, and two more spring up in its place. Yeah, that's what's going on. Mine 37388 suggested we can stretch out the night to where I don't have to go to work. I would appreciate it. I can do my best. No promises, because I mean my job is coming no matter what I do. There's no stalling that. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. Look at the price for this Cara Dune. I'm good. I know side show prices for sure. Yeah, I'm debating. Since the Nook setup is kind of for work, I'm debating doing that tomorrow. Possibly. I don't know if I'm going to get set up all the way. I'm not sure what I've got on this particular system is going to work the same way. The system that I use to stream. I'm always nervous when it comes to migrating production stuff, because inevitably you miss something and like, oh yeah, I gotta do that. Oh, I've gotta remember to do that. Oh, but it was working fine before. Nothing's broken. I hate trying to fix something that's not broken. Like, what's the point if it's not broken? If it's clean, keep it clean. If it's not broken, keep it unbroken. You feel me? That's how I feel, though. If you're into Marvel, check out Wicked, and for DC, Berserk. Okay. Never heard of that. Never heard of either. GC Laredo asks about my mic. I'm currently rocking a Rode NT1 USB-C mic, and I got this a few weeks ago, and it works very, very well. I was using a wireless mic system, but one night ended up having problems. I thought I heard something. And so I ended up sidelining that. Let me go ahead and pull this over. Just to have a more straight-on, a wired connection. It's just a USB mic, and it could probably be adjusted to be even better, like a bit more perfect. See, these are things that, when things are set up, I don't like messing with them. Like, I don't like tweaking, which makes me a horrible candidate for doing anything in the 3D printing space. Altogether. So yeah, I think it sounds great. I enjoy it. I I gotta get a drink of water here. So I'm gonna go get some water, and I'm gonna start the game, the word game for y'all. Y'all can entertain yourself while I grab some water. Shouldn't take too long. In between the oops, in between the stages, it's like 30 seconds or so. So if I'm not here to facilitate the stage, it'll happen automatically. Let's do this. Y'all can guess. Y'all guess where I'm going with that? Yeah. All right, here we go. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Hang on. I'll be back. Ah, boy, I timed that perfectly. All right, here we go. Let's reward you. Oh, gotta hit continue too. Oh, that's a lighter. You got it. I'm just guessing. I'm not playing. I'm just gonna throw out my guesses here. That's a dog. That's a mole. That's a squirt gun. Laser gun. That's a bottle of wine. A wine bottle. That's a saw. Cutting. Woodwork. Logging. Oh, a drill. Bath? Bathing? Oh my, well, that's a little racy. Showering? Shower. Bathing. Hygiene. Fox. I was talking about the creature above. It still looks like a dog. Fox? Dog? Short. Small. Daughter. Son. Scale. Like scaling a fence. You know what I'm saying? Scaling. Shave. Shaving. Hyena. I haven't even thought of that. Label. Bottle. Instructions. Oh, yeah, there you go. Label. Am I going to have to start guessing so we can get to the next level? I think I will. Holy cow. Okay. Alright, y'all got it. Like, I was really worried, like, because otherwise we don't get pushed to the next level. Oh, man. Alright, we made it to that level. Of course, I didn't get anything. Oh, Shaver. Nice, Shibby. Skipping 2 levels. Some of y'all are getting some points. Door. Front door. Oh, crap. I should have been typing it in. Dang it. Wow. What is that? Pestle? I've never heard of that. Oh, man, I think I beat you by 2 seconds restarted. Oh, I did. Not even 2 seconds I beat you. The hell? Is that a pickle? What? Alright, got that. Skipping the next 2 levels. Woot! Some of y'all are getting some points. And then we move on to the next level. Here we go. Here we go. Really? That soon? What is that? What? Some of these people can't draw clues to save their lives. Oh, we need 2 more. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Oh, man. One more, one more. What? Oh, come on, really? We need more people playing. That's the thing, is you need more people playing to push the guessing game further. Alright. Points are getting handed out. Liz is going to be very upset that she was not able to join us. for this Gartic on stream. But very glad that you could join us here tonight. Any other guesses as to what I'm doing? You know it's a mashup. You know it has something to do with a stormtrooper, because I made that clarification. I hope that this turns out. You love that game? I love the game. I have fun with the game. I enjoy the game. It's a good game. One more? You think? Well, we can do the other one. Give me a second. I'll load the other one here. The words on stream. That's what they call it. Give me a second. I've got to get the link. Words on stream. Words on stream. Instead of girls on film. Girls on film. Alright, here we go. Starting. Alright, here we go. It's not a Grogu Stormtrooper. Oh, come on, really? Y'all kicked my ass. I don't like this one as much. This one is not as much fun for me. Dang it. Dude, I did that one. I swear I did that one already. Dang it. Whoa, we're doing really well. Like, really, really well. I think I got it. No? Really? How? It surprises me. There we go. Alright. Oh, crap. I didn't get points. I needed to add points, and I forgot. Oh, man. Dang it. Sock, you know, SAWC, a sock. You wear a sock. Cachet, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, there's a 5-letter word there. 5 and a 4. Dude. Well, we made it past this level, so I'm not too worried about it. Whew. I guess this group of people is good at the at this game, probably better than the other one. All right, there we go. We got points around for that one. Next level. Oh God, Horcrux. Sucks. Dang it. Soccer. S-O-C-R, you know, soccer. Come on. Oh, X wasn't to be used. Dang it. Eyesore. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't do as well with this game. Look at the scenery up there. Alright, here we go. Continuing, next level. Y'all do better at this game than I think the other one, which... I like the other one more than this one. Oh, jeez. Oof. Y'all like beat me like by 2 seconds. That's it? Oh, come on. Almost. Fantastic. Yeah, y'all kick ass at this one. Oops, let's give some rewards. There you go. Thank you for following, Zayduzma. I don't know how to say your name, but welcome aboard. We're playing a word game. Just type in what you think it is. Or, like, letters. You gotta guess words around the letters that are available. And as you guess, your name gets populated on the board. If you're the first person to guess that word. Beowulf. Falb. Baslo. Boaluff. Lobu. Foul. Slow. Balls. Flub. Slob. Oh, yeah. Oh, S is the bad letter. Okay. Oh, no, S is the good letter. Oh, crap. That was it. Dang it. They get harder and harder and harder and harder, don't they? Every single time. Every single time. All right, who gets points this time around? All y'all. Boy, this must be CNEAP's game. Here we go. All y'all got some points. Congratulations. Y'all did it. Y'all did it. You asked for a word game. I delivered. Of course, it doesn't really take much for me to go click. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, pretty good. Win every game. Yeah. I definitely don't. Yeah, it'd be kind of boring, though. If I won every game, I don't know if I'd ever want to win every game of anything. Like, you can't understand victory until you understand defeat. You can't understand success unless you understand failure. And you can't understand that. God bless it, I was just about to say hello to Control-Alt-Quinn, Liz, and you come in with a freeze. Thank you, guys and gals. Specifically the guys. Actually, no, but guys and gals. Avaline, Fix'em Dude for the 10 bits, GC Laredo for the 100, and Avaline French for the additional 10. Thank you very much. I also appreciate that Avaline French went through my archive last night and watched my illustrations, my comic drawing. Is a game trying to play itself in the background? I heard a pling. Oh, the pling was Shibby's bits. Got your bits. Thank you very much for allowing them to materialize right in front of me. Anyway, as I was saying, hello, Control-Alt-Quinn. Here's a shout-out to Control-Alt-Quinn. That's really weird. Why is that blinking? Why is the screen blinking? Give Control-Alt-Quinn a follow. She's always streaming good stuff, supportive of various and sundry causes that I find to be admirable and worthy of supporting. We are currently making a mashup, Control-Alt-Quinn. It's a part Star Wars mashup, although no one is guessing what the other part is. So it's a mashup between two fandoms. Someone's already guessed Stormtrooper, so I'm saying, yes, there's a Stormtrooper, but there's another fandom. And trust me, white is the perfect color. This Jesse PLA white is the perfect color. So if I type in, it's not orange, obviously. Perillo Filament. It's Jesse PLA, although definitely not this color. Or that dog. Not Jesse, not orange. Still, it's going to be a surprise until someone can guess it. That's how I unlock the secret of what it is. Liz, you just missed the 2 word games. We played them back to back. You just missed it. You missed the word games, Liz. How could you? Didn't think you were going to be here. You were here for the wrong few minutes. Cleotech says Lord of the Rings for the other fandom. No. Not Lord of the Rings. That would make an interesting mashup, though, possibly. I don't know if I'm going to really ever print a Lord of the Rings thing. I mean, there's so many fandoms, right? There's so many things to print. And maybe if I found something that, was consistent and, I wanted to have, like, a physical copy of it, possibly. But even then, I've skipped a lot of that stuff out there when I've seen it, like, officially licensed stuff. It's not a Star Wars and Star Trek mashup, Krillin64, though that would be interesting. Definitely not that. Trust me, like, when it's done, I think you're going to be like, oh, yeah. Did I place Scriblio? I don't know if I replaced it, but basically instead of using Scriblio, we're just going to be using those other word games because the other word games tie in with channel points, or at least the Perillo popcorn. So it's more deep chat interaction with the different word games. Did I play Scriblio? Not in a while. I haven't played it in a while, unfortunately. Not a Spaceballs and Star Wars mashup. No. Hollywood N3D is currently printing a headphone stand. That's something I want to do. And it's probably going to happen sooner rather than later because I've still got the black filament out, and I wanted to print it in black, so because I've got headphones that I usually have next to me when it comes time to doing the stream, if only so I can hear notifications without actually having to sit here. And it's not that I mind sitting here like this. Oh, did I? How? Why is? I can't. How could? I can't hear the music. Can you? Boy, that's really soft, dude. There, that's louder. I couldn't hear anything. I was like, is the music even on? You know, I wonder if that should be okay, right? Or do I need to turn it down a tiny bit? It's kind of difficult to get a balance of the music and the audio. That's probably a good reason to wear the headphones. It's just that when I wear the headphones, then, you know, I feel like I'm tethered, and then this lame-ass cord is, like, dangling here. I don't like it. It's just easier to set it to the side and let my ears pick up when any kind of notifications come in. But I still need a stand, because if I don't have a stand, I just basically throw it to the back of the monitor and, like, hang it off the back, and it works. And I don't see it, and it's out of the way. It's unobtrusive. But I found a really cool Vader stand that I'd like to use. Didn't know I was playing music. Can hear it good now. Okay, good. Good. You made a custom Xbox headphone hanger that you can 3D print. Oh, that's nice. CNEP asks if it's a Stormtrooper Transformer. It is not. Although, I don't know. The only Transformer thing that I think I'm going to be printing is going to be the computer that the Decepticons use. Because I have the purple, right? I'm pretty sure the Decepticon computer was purple. Not Teletran 1. That was the Autobot computer, if I remember correctly. Reminds me of the scene where the Princess in Spaceballs takes her braided hair headphones. Dewey? Yeah, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. What? These are kind of like Princess Bunny, aren't they? Bunnish? Princess Bunnish? I need to look at the Drop THX Panda Bluetooth headset. Possibly. There's so many headsets. I thought I was going to be getting another one, and the people at I've got the Monoprice wireless earbuds. They sent these, and those kind of worked, although they got really uncomfortable really fast. And then, so I'm not sure about wearing those. Those are just kind of like a backup. And then a while ago, I had received Happy Plugs. So these are kind of hang on. These are backups. Like, they're like, I can't find anything else. I need something quick. Here, I'm just going to use these. And then, of course, over time, as, you know, new headphones come out and I get new review units with a higher Bluetooth standard, I'll move to those. A birthday freeze. Oh, fair enough. I got a birthday. It's your birthday. Wait, why am I freezing for your birthday? That's lame. What happened? What just happened? What was going on? What? I can't even remember what was going on before that freeze frame. Thank you, Liz, for unfreezing. So, we're reprinting a toilet of Chris's face on it. Builder's Mark, I did mention, you may not have been here at the time, towards the beginning of the stream, I'm like, Builder's Mark is now threatening to model that. after a Photoshop that CineUp did of me on a toilet. I will just let you know that I'm probably not ever going to print something like that. I don't know if I'd ever go as far as to 3D print a toilet. I wouldn't necessarily need that. Oh, got a stretch, and then I got another freeze frame. Thanks a lot, Lit. This is... Man, these yawns are throwing off my freeze frame game. I must be tired. Thank you so much, Fix'em Dude, for that unfreeze. Unlike that devious no more. Hang on. When you click the icon to claim your Perlo pixels, the icon turns red and reads error claiming bonus. I'm not sure why. That's very strange, but I guess I have another freeze for... Thank you, Aveline. Knew I could count on you. Be frozen here all night, and you can't stack them. Thank you, Wood. Thank you, Wood. Thank you, Hollywood N3D. Appreciate those cheers very, very much. The cheers that manifest. You know, the funny thing is, with all this wireless stuff, it's not to the point where everything I have is wireless. In fact, I prefer wireless for some things and wired for other things. For headphones, I prefer wired. For microphones, seemingly, I prefer wired. For network connections, I prefer wireless. Isn't that weird? Another freaking freeze frame. That's great. Hang on. Builder's Mark says, if someone accidentally modeled your face from profile pictures and accidentally applied it to a toilet and accidentally got mailed to your home, well, then I guess I would have a toilet with my face on it, and everyone would wonder, why do you have a toilet with your face on it? Well, because someone sent it. Well, you know, just because someone sent it doesn't mean you have to keep it. Thank you, Hollywood N3D. Now, big fan is asking if I've seen the black hole. This is a Vader koozie, and at the top there is a black hole. You can see there's a hole. I can stick my finger in it, and it is black. So I've now seen the black hole. I did watch Black Hole, or The Black Hole, as a kid. It was fine. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't awesome. But, you know, it worked. Cheesecake on your birthday, so long as it's vegan. And they do make vegan cheesecake available. Thank you, GC Laredo. I knew I could count on you. What is up with all y'all freeze framing me? And then stacking the freeze frames. What's up with that? What's up with that? I have thought about going back and collecting some of the vintage, a couple of the vintage figures from the Black Hole. Maximilian, Vincent, and then one of the, like not the drones, but like it was like a robot android character creature. It was Disney's version of Star Wars before Disney owned Star Wars. And that was the best we could possibly get back in the day. And you know, I give credit to Disney for trying. I really liked a lot of Disney films, movies. Today, I think, is the anniversary of the Disney Channel launch, like the original Disney Channel, when they called it like Disney Channel. Hang on, we got an ad break. We got to run an ad break. If you're not a sub to the channel, you're going to see an ad. There, I warned everybody. They know. Posture check. Thank you very much, CNEP76. The person who has now immortalized my face into toilets. Hey, Chris, your content is crappy. Well, you know, my face is on a toilet. That Builder's Mark is threatening to, you know, print and send. Well, that's going to be an interesting mail call. You know, like, my idea of mail call is like what GC Laredo sent in a package that apparently is inbound. Jedi's going to be thrilled to hear that. She's been asking almost daily for more Garbage Pail Kids. Like, when are we getting? Can I get the fridge? Can I get the fridge? And then we hadn't had them here. You can take it down. No, CNEP, I'm just... Trust me. Nothing. I mean, apart from people doing, like, questionable things with my face. That would not be cool. That I would not be into that. But, like, you can obviously Photoshop anybody onto anything else. So that's not a problem. So don't worry about it, CNEP. You're good. CNEP, you're quite fine. It's hilarious. Trust me. I wouldn't tweet it and reshare it if I didn't think it was funny. So I thought it was funny. Dewey1984 says he wants me to redeem ad time and he's not a sub. Really? I gotta do another one? I can't. I gotta wait another 7 minutes. I can't do it. You're gonna have to remind me. Oh, sing for him with 23 birthday candles. Happy birthday to you. Hang on. Happy birthday to you. I'm trying to do armpit farts. Happy birthday, dear Kurt. Happy birthday to you. I need to practice my armpit farts. I can't even. I guess I gotta do hand farts. Some people can really do armpit farts well. I am not one of them. I am not printing a birthday cake. I am not printing something you can eat. I'm not printing a model of something that you would eat if it was something that was edible. No. Not as such. We're getting, you can kind of see some of it. You might be able to infer based upon what you might see on the side now. Let me try to see, get a little bit. Sorry, everybody. Did not mean to make you dizzy. Can you see? Can you see? You've got mail. Just do butt farts? I can do those. That's some good beans today. I loaded up. You trust me. I should have saved it for the stream. I don't think that's how a fart works. I can't like save it like, ooh, I'm gonna save that one for later. No. When it needs to go, when it needs to come out, it's gonna come out. Period. End of story. So as much as I'd love to do butt farts, Thorpe 80, and I've done some good ones. Oh, trust me, I've got some doozies. Timing never seems to be fortuitous in terms of timing my farts with the stream. It's like my body gets rid of all the farts before the stream. You hear phone noises. You should not. I'm muted. I try to do that between every before every stream, so that way you're not hearing like notifications going on. Hollywood N3D has guessed it successfully. Congratulations, Hollywood N3D. You may very well be tonight's MVP, for the lack of a better one right now. Hollywood N3D has successfully guessed it is a Stay Puft Stormtrooper. And proportions seem to be pretty decent. Hopefully it won't be too top-heavy. I saw it and I'm like, that's pretty funny, dude. That's really funny. So, well, I had the white. The Jesse White PLA from Printed Solid. David Randolph. Haven't seen him yet tonight. Saw him. No, wait. No, I didn't see him earlier. I saw other people in the Breaks and Makes stream. You look forward to the gas Stonewall? I do too. It feels not cathartic's the wrong word. Butthartic? No, that's not. That doesn't roll off the tongue. It feels gas. No.
Sith Lord _ Brit rated my stream with 13 viewers.
Woo! We've come full circle. Brit. I was watching her earlier today, and the funny thing is, so here's the story, Brit. So Breaks and Makes and Breaks was, and I hope you had a good stream. I was there for part of it earlier, a few times, and so this is what happened. This is what happened with the raid of Breaks and Makes, because I don't know if this is really clear. He was doing a stream, right? And he was having fun. He was geeking out. He was building the model, you know, and I'd watched him paint, like, this really detailed, like, dragon, like, just does an amazing job. He's an amazing artist. And he says, all right, everybody, I'll talk to you later. And then he ends the stream. I'm like, wait, raid! You need to raid! Stop! Wait, raid! And I was chatting, raid! And I was looking at who was online. You were online. And so I was like, raid Sith Lord Brit, raid here. He's like, how do I raid? He was in chat. He was typing in chat at that point because his stream had ended. He's like, how do I raid? I'm like, you type in this /raid Sith Lord _ Brit. And then he did it. So that's how it happened. That's how the raid took place. Because I was like, dude, wait! All these people who are watching. So then Loyal Moses came over. Who else was watching at the time? A couple other people were watching that stream. Although, who else was there? I know Liz was there briefly. But anyway, thank you for the raid, Sith Lord Brit. Here's a shout out. That's a little backstory as to how the raid happened. Everyone who's watching now, if you're not following Brit, you need to, especially if you love general nerdery. She had been putting together, I believe, a costume, which, if I recall correctly, during the course of the stream, she said that she pretty much does it for like Comic-Con, that kind of cosplaying stuff, which is pretty incredible. Like I've never done anything for Comic-Con, let alone like showing up. So I've done that once. But it doesn't happen all that often. I'm not as deep into the cons. I enjoy seeing cosplay. I enjoy it immensely. So I appreciate the work that goes into it, the detailed work when it actually comes to life, in fruition. Like, actually, hey, there it is. It absolutely makes sense. RC Maniac says, we've tried telling him multiple times to raid when he's done. Usually he just ends. Oh, that's funny. I'm like, no, dude. I must have caught him at the right time. I'm like, wait. But I've also shown up in his earlier streams, so he may have like listened to what I was saying, and like ultimately made that connection. So like, I think next time he's streaming, I have to like remind him like hard, like, you need to raid, you need to do that. Like, it's the best part of streaming. It is absolutely the best part of streaming. Sith Lord Brit, someone had guessed it correctly. Hollywood N3D guessed that I'm printing a mashup with a lot of supports of Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and a Stormtrooper. So it's a mashup I couldn't get otherwise. And apparently now I need to freeze. So with 2 fingers up, I should take down 1 finger. Thank you, Avaline French. Really appreciate that. Ah! Crap. Where Which computer do I need? There we go. I needed that computer. So anyway, welcome to all of you who are, and thank you Hollywood N3D for the bits, the cheers, love it. Everybody who's joining from Brit's stream, I apologize for the late response, but I was excited to give Brit the context for the raid earlier, as well as to make the connection between makers and geeky creators here on Twitch. I am Chris Pirillo. I geek out every night here about one thing or another, talking about whatever's on my mind, talking about whatever's on my desk. Last night I printed this. It's a 7-layer cake. No, it's not a cake, but it's 7
Geekgen just
layers.
resubscribed for 3 months. Barillo, yes, Barillo, yes, Barillo, yes.
Thank you, GeekGen. Appreciate your support. 3 months in a row at Tier 1. Printed this. It is now proof that myself, personally, am the greatest dad in the galaxy. It has been printed. This is, like, absolutely irreversible. This is the truth. Because you've seen it on the internet. Myself, I am the greatest dad in the galaxy. No doubt about that. The plaque proves it. The plaque on my teeth. I'm probably overdue for a brushing. I will take care of that after the stream. You prefer Breaks and Makes to Electric Boogaloo. There are a lot of Twitch streamers who do not raid. Yeah, I know, big fan. They haven't quite figured that out. Human Juke! Dude, everyone here, shout out to Human Juke. Shout out Human Juke. So, Human Juke, let me tell you how we came to raiding you. Let me regale you with the time. This is my little rocking chair. Let me regale you with my poor audio as I rock back and forth. Because I'm not an audiophile. I'm not even a videophile. I'm not a computer file. Let me regale you with the time that we rated you and why. So, there's a person who's a pretty amazing person, a community support, amazing guy, geek, dude. His name is Krusty. Well, that's not his real name. His real name is Chris, but let's, for the sake of keeping things clear, Krusty had made a recommendation for you. It was a week or so ago. He said we were looking for a raid, and Krusty said, hey, check out this guy. He's like a one-man band. And I checked it out, and you were wearing a Millennium Falcon shirt. I'm like, oh, okay. But we were getting staged to raid somebody else. So I had you, basically, in my mind, I'm like, we're going to raid him at some point in the future. Because he's wearing a Millennium Falcon shirt, amazing talent, really creative. And so, was it last night that we raided? Or the night before? I've now lost track. I love raiding. It's my favorite thing of Twitch. So, you were streaming at the time, and I'm like, yes, we get to raid! So that's how it came. I cannot take credit for the raid, though the community went your direction. It is all a thanks in all part to the user known as Krusty3D. So if you ever see his username in the chat, now you have context. Everybody else, give Human Juke 81 a follow. Very creative, fun, interactive streamer. And your creativity knows no bounds. Like, I feel like in the presence of a Sith Lord Brit, who's amazing with her hands and, like, the crafting and the being able to stage a full plan and creating, this amazing cosplay with Star Wars stuff, and then, like, all the way to people like you, Human Juke 81, because, we know each other by our usernames. I feel like I have a lame username, Chris P, or Chris Pirillo in full. You like record things and then you make music up like on the spot. It's crazy. You may not be visual art at all. I'm not. Like, the only reason I was able to print this is because someone else made a file. And then I figured out how to feed filament into the printer and I'm pressing a button. That's it. That's as far as my making talent goes right now. So, it's incredible. It's incredible when you're in the presence of talent. And so, we were gonna... I don't think you're on Twitter, like your page on Twitch. You had Facebook listed, but there are a few people on Twitter, and they ended up tagging, like, it was amazing. He did how you baked in the Cantina song into the flow, like, just seamlessly. And I was like, wait, is he on Twitter? We can tag him. And then I didn't see you had, at least on the surface, you didn't have your Twitter account shown on your Twitch account. But as I said when I was watching your stream the other night, there's zero doubt in my mind you will make partner. Everybody who does what you do will make partner. Brit will eventually, if that's one of her goals, will make partner. Like, you stick with it. You do it for the right reasons. and you're having fun, you're being yourself, you're interacting with people, and it's all the hallmarks of being someone who I believe is partner worthy. There's no doubt. And I mean, there are other people. I'm not trying to leave. If anybody else is watching and listening and does streaming, and I've missed the shout out, like, it's not intentional. In fact, I think DB3D Dan was here earlier, and I totally did not shout him out. So let me give it DB3D Dan a shout out. So yeah, that's the thing about Twitch, right? You don't have to be a good social media person to do well at Twitch, right? You just have to be you. And I think that's what makes someone good on Twitch. Just be you. At least that's my opinion. I think that makes someone good on Twitch. I think what makes someone good on Twitch is being interactive. You know, if they're trying to, if they're putting themselves out there for one reason or another, being interactive and responding and going with the flow. But showcasing what might be interesting to them. And I think that, above all, is what's interesting to me. That's why I find myself sometimes watching people who might be cooking or by DJing. Things that I'm, neither one of those things I'm necessarily interested in. But, like, they're engaging and, like, you're learning something. And you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of fascinating. That's interesting. I never even thought about, you know, feeling that you're getting inspired from one person or another. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a right or a wrong way. I guess I always, and I've been a stalwart is probably the wrong word to use, but I've been around for a long time. Twitter is just the easiest for me. I kind of gave up on Facebook. I definitely gave up on YouTube. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a variety streamer for sure. But Twitter, I find, is just a great way of kind of sharing and showcasing. Maybe not the best way to promote, but to better showcase what you're up to or what's on your radar. That's probably the best use of Twitter. Using Twitter for promotions, I've learned, has not been great, even though I use it for that. I'm like, hey, I'm going to be streaming tonight on Twitch, or here's something that's kind of funny and interesting. Twitter's great for that. You know, just kind of things that hit your radar. Facebook is a little different, of course. But, yeah, you know what? You don't have to be good at all things to be good at one thing. It's true. You know, and a lot of people think that that's the case, but I'm not good at anything. And yet, here I am. I can string two words together. I can press a button. I can figure out how to do all this. But so can anybody else. If I can do it, anybody can. That's my feeling. You found some people on Twitch from TikTok. Interesting. I'm sure if I produced differently, I could have something on TikTok. I did a couple things on TikTok just farting around, but ultimately I was like, I'm not. I find that for me, if I just double down and concentrate on one platform like Twitch, I do better, and I'm much more comfortable doing things on Twitch than I would be trying to produce video for YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and on and on and on and on and on. So, or see, there you go. Chi-Town Deke notes, he was on a Brit stream for 30 minutes, could not figure out what you were doing, but it must admire the focus you have doing it. That's, you know, that's kind of where you find yourself, right? You don't necessarily have to know exactly what's going on when you're watching a stream. You just find it compelling in one way or another. Cleotech asks, this is a good question. What do you think of Harris Heller leaving Twitch to stream exclusively on YouTube? I don't know Harris at all. He is probably one of the most sharp, apt, the sharpest, honest, helpful creators. I was going to say the things he posits are apt. He has a viable perspective. Like, he has a valid perspective. Like, everything he puts out there makes sense. It's cogent. It's reasonable. So I don't know him. Don't know the story. My feeling is we're not getting the full story. My feeling is that we're getting half the story. Not that I'm begging for the rest of the story. Harris knows what he's doing. Like, he obviously knows. Like, I'm nowhere near his class. Nowhere in the same league. And the intelligence he lays out on a regular basis is astounding. Like it is absolutely worth watching and listening to. He is, and what he puts out there. But in the move, it's like there are a lot of people who make these dramatic moves. That's it, I'm quitting YouTube for Twitch, or that's it, I'm quitting Twitch for YouTube. And sometimes we don't get the full story, and it just seems really... It would shock me. It would shock me if there wasn't more to the story. I'm not making any accusations. It just... Because I don't have the full story. I don't want to know this full story. I'm not trying to chase anything down. Like, he's making this decision for himself. I think more power to him. I still firmly believe that YouTube Live is not ready for prime time. I still believe that YouTube still doesn't know what it's doing with YouTube, or yeah, that, and I still don't think that YouTube knows what it's doing with live. I still don't think YouTube accommodates live video very well in the channels. I still don't think YouTube treats live like a first-class citizen, as though it was the feature rather than just an add-on, and that I've yet to be proven wrong on that front. With Twitch, to put a finer point on it, the stream is the feature. That's it. That's the product. The live stream. That's it. Period. End of story. On YouTube, it's an add-on. So, like, even the mindset, like, even if you're like, oh, live stream on Twitch or on YouTube, that's where I'm going to go. Well, even when you factor in the feature, I will tell you this. The expectation of someone on YouTube is radically different from the expectation of someone on Twitch. All the way down to community. You go to Twitch because you want to watch people interacting live. You want to join live streams. You want to figure out what's going on. You want to be a part of the zeitgeist. You want to follow passions and interests. On YouTube, shorts, edited videos, learning, live, posts. It's all over the map. And it's not optimized for anything. So, as a creator, if you're playing into the hands of the algorithm, you're doing well. But if you're not, you're in trouble. And unfortunately, live video is not algorithm favored at all in any way, shape, or form. Maybe that'll change. Maybe it will. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not. Let me put it this way. Again, let me give you a little bit of perspective. I'm streaming live on Twitch. I've been doing it every night, 6 p.m. Pacific for, a few months now. After having a Twitch account for, like, eons, doubling down on doing things on Twitch. The effort that I put when I did video on YouTube live, I was strong. I was like I was just like, people were saying, this is what we like watching from you. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do more of that. I'm going to do it this way. And what would happen over time is that engagement would peter out. And it was difficult to maintain. It took too much energy with less return over time. Like, every time I would turn around, it's like, why are they not seeing the things that they say they want to see? Why? What's the disconnect here? And, I for all the reasons I just outlined a couple of minutes ago, that is what happened. So I would find that I would spend so much energy. It was a great live stream. But the next day, like, half as many people would be there. I'm like, why? Why? I thought we had something going here. No, YouTube's like, well, algorithm. YouTube in a nutshell. Algorithm. Shrug emoji. Algorithm. Yeah. So, yeah, more power to you. Oh! Krusty missed his name shout out. Or maybe that's what brought him back into the stream in between his tax doings. So yeah, I hope that YouTube gets its ish together at some point. Maybe it will. I'm not gonna hold my breath. I think it's okay. I think it doesn't know what it wants to be. And so it doesn't know what it's optimizing for, and creators are left in the lurch. My feeling is, if you want to live stream at this point in time, Twitch is the best place to do it. As God is my witness, today in Makes and Breaks on his stream, we had 23 people watching live, but the impact that it made was astounding. Like, the 23 people who are watching made a deep impact for him. Like, he was moved. I mean, if that wasn't genuine, I would be shocked. The same isn't true on YouTube. 23 people could be watching but be completely disconnected from what it is that you're doing because they're not there for the same reasons. So, you know, Harris has got the name recognition. He's got the gravitas, but I don't think the platform's ready for live video as much as it's been there. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked. Because at this point, I've completely written YouTube off. It's a secondary thought. Because they've made me a secondary thought. They've made so many creators a secondary thought. They've made so many communities of folks a secondary thought. So, yeah. Yeah. Avaline French said, YouTube killed my inspiration because of the algorithm. It's not... There's a lot of people creating, and you've got to... What you do has to resonate, and that's where knowing what kind of creator you are is helpful. Knowing the benefits and drawbacks of the platform is helpful. And this is where I have an issue with this discussion point is the similarities between YouTube and Twitch are live video. That's it. That's where it begins and ends. But even how that live video is executed is going to be different. The way that YouTube mismanages things is going to be different from the way Twitch mismanages things. On YouTube, like, it just doesn't know how to, like, really latch on and help accelerate the value of community and these interactive opportunities that are very prevalent on Twitch. And Twitch, on the other hand, is absolute garbage for discovery. Like, there's no doubt about that. So, you know, you've got to know where you play into that, where you fit into that, what shortcomings you're going to run into, and whether or not you're willing to accept those shortcomings. So, there's no right answer. There's absolutely no right answer. And, you know, you've got to make your own decision for any and all of that. Cody Boudreau says, I believe YouTube is worse for discovery. YouTube's bad at giving your followers an opportunity to see what you're doing. Really bad. Like, to the point, this isn't a joke. I stopped subscribing to people on YouTube. Because what was the point? What was the point? That tells you how broken the system is. I stopped subscribing. I stopped following people on Instagram. What was the point? I would never see what they were posting, right? The algorithm is going to show me other stuff. Twitter, I still follow. Twitch, I still follow. Because I can see what people are doing. I know what people are... I can watch the timeline. I mean, when these platforms get to the point where... You know what? I don't know. I'm brewing on a tweet here. Because I've been wanting to say something like this. It got to the point where I just stopped subscribing. Ooh, I can't type. Subscribing. I can't type. Subscribing to people... anyone on YouTube. What's the point? It got to following anyone on Instagram. There we go. Okay. There we go. Got the tweet. It is now tweeted. And so it was twoten. It was Twittered. As a prolific Twitter user, what you're ranting on is a very common complaint on Twitter. Well, with Twitter, at least they don't... they make it difficult to go with a chronological timeline, but you can still do it. Like, that's, in fact, sometimes you have to, like, triple check on it. Like, to make sure that the, if you go to the home thing, you gotta just, like, switch to home. No. You want, your timeline shows the latest tweets. Like, I feel I'm safe on Twitter right now. And then, if I need a backup, the third-party clients like Flamingo on Android work out very, very well. Twitter's just kind of toxic? I wouldn't say that. I think that boils down to the people that you follow. I generally prune and I generally prune the people that bring that kind of level out generally. But my use case for Twitter is on TweetDeck, which again is chronological. And so as long as I'm looking at chronological order, I'm okay. But the moment they start to do this algorithm, it's garbage. Spider310 asks what I'm printing today. It is a mashup, mix it, an amalgamation of a Stormtrooper and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Yes, toxic Twitter is who you follow. Block or don't follow. Yeah. If you look at the content, it's either commercial-based or teaching-based. Very few curators just do what they truly love or talk about what they really think. Kind of. It's based on search and ranking in the algorithm. Like, you'll see it, like, the clickbait stuff. Like, it's obvious. Like, I get so many recommendations of, like, content that, like, it's obviously someone's, like, trying to game the search terms. I'm like, this is no. And I watched, like, one random video, and then all of a sudden, like, all of my recommendations are shot. I can tell I know which video I watched that threw everything off. But watching one quote-unquote bad video on YouTube yielded a cavalcade of toxic Star Wars videos. I mean, seriously, toxic Star Wars videos. Just like, Kathleen Kennedy, blah, horrible, nasty, blah, SJ, blah, blah. I'm like, come on, dude, just like, I get it. Everyone's going to have a perspective, and everyone's going to have an opinion. I totally get that. But just watching one of those, it wasn't even conspiratorial. Like I watch these videos because they're very well thought out, not arguments, very well thought out assertions. Like that really kind of like, I never thought of it that way before. You're right. But the problem is that it leads into just down this rabbit hole of conspiratorial, like, what the like, seriously? Like, dude. Like, seriously, I'm not interested, dude. I'm not. Like, teach me. Let me learn. But when you cater to that clickbait culture, I'm out. Like, I can see it a mile away. Like, just by the thumbnails. These dramatic thumbnails. I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I understand. If we're going to talk about... It's not even about having a difference of opinion. It's just seeing this cesspool of... like, just garbage takes. Really bad takes. I mean, there are people who, I'm going to agree and disagree with. It's not that. Trust me, I've probably watched more videos of people that I've disagreed with than I have people that I agreed with. What's the point of, like, watching a video that you want to learn something from if you already know exactly what the hell they're going to say? Like, I'm not interested in that. But the problem when you watch those videos that are conspiratorial in nature is YouTube goes, we know what's going to get them to hang around. It's conspiracies. We're going to, injecting 5G into your bloodstream with these vaccines and, bad things happening to kids, conspiracies, and they're eating babies. I'm like, I'm serious, dude. It's comedy. It's like, what? Like, are we like operating in the same plane of existence? So yeah, I'm not into the conspiracy theories, like, at all. Apart from, I will admit, I like a good conspiracy theory. I like the alien stuff. Like, that's pretty interesting. Like, okay, I don't know if I necessarily believe it, but it's an interesting posit. I like listening to things that don't make sense at first to see if I can make sense of them, and sometimes I get to the end of it and going, yeah, that's a stretch. Like, even the conspiracy of Snowpiercer being a sequel to Willy Wonka, I'm like, okay, I can see it, but I hope it's legal, because it makes sense, but yeah. Anyway, I hate that. I hate watching content that's interesting to me in the fear that it's going to recommend content that's similar. I really do, because then the algorithm rules you. Facebook's just as bad. Facebook's probably even worse. You go down the rabbit hole. And here's the problem with social media. This is the problem. We get caught up sometimes in echo chambers. Everybody's guilty. Everybody. Ain't no one who could escape this. We're all guilty of getting caught up in echo chambers. And the algorithm feeds it. The algorithm. YouTube feeds into that. Facebook feeds into that. Twitter feeds into that. And so if you never have an opportunity to see and hear somebody else's perspective, or you see their perspective through the lens of your echo chamber, it doesn't lead to independent thought. It doesn't lead to any kind of viable outcome. It just leads to more toxicity. And that's difficult to explain to someone who only knows how to do this, right? Like, it's like, dude, you get, I mean, that's, whether we're talking politics, whether we're talking entertainment, whether we're talking this, that, or the other thing, right? They're going to be dramatically different perspectives. And sometimes both perspectives are valid. But when you start giving your, equal footing to, these just outlandish, like, conspiracy theories, like, it's just like, dude. So yeah, I'm not a fan of echo chambers, and I do my best to stay outside my own echo chamber by keeping myself honest and making it a point to better understand what someone else believes and why. I may still disagree with them, but I still I take that time to okay, well that's a reasonable approach. That's a reasonable perspective versus something that I think is kind of more unreasonable, right? Like Star Wars, like the things that you would never imagine being politicized. Star Wars. I'm like, really? Like, how is this? Really? Okay. Not that I love everything Disney's done with Star Wars. I haven't. But I also know that my childhood hasn't been ruined. I can say that safely. Cleotech says, cool, I followed you for some time on different platforms, especially when you used to have the cameras running the offers 24/7. Asked because I've always enjoyed your perspective on things. Thought you've lived through all the changes in live streaming and content creation. Absolutely. Absolutely I have. I've lived through much of it. I've lived through a lot of it. So, how about we do that? Boop. Yeah. So and inevitably by telling people, like, you kind of have to look beyond an echo chamber that you live in can be sometimes upsetting. Like, no, but because we all find that comfort in being able to commiserate with people who share the same perspective. I'm not talking about that. The problem is when the algorithm starts serving you things, you go deeper and deeper and deeper. And this is a problem because people can't separate misinformation from disinformation from valid information, right? And it's not even a matter of bias. It's just disinformation. Like, and you can't know. And and then it gets really bad when you can't figure out because the lack of transparency with media. And I've long argued that politicians need to be wearing, like, logos on them. Like, just like NASCAR, you can tell, oh, it's sponsored by Pennzoil, right? Like, oh, well, politicians need to be doing the same damn thing. Because they feed into that system, that lack of transparency. And this is not me saying, attacking one side or the other. That's all. That's every one of them. That's transparency. There needs to be far more transparency. It's not just a matter of fact-checking, right? It's a matter of transparency. That's where I start to get upset. And when I don't see that transparency, I get angry. Because, like, dude, like, I know what's going on, but I can't tell everybody else what's going on because I don't control the platform. All media concerns me for that reason. You don't know who's funding it. You don't know. And I've worked inside of it long enough to tell you that they walk a very fine line. And this is not about, well, I'm just going to turn to the internet for information. You got to be careful there, too. Just because it's online, they're definitely held to a different standard, but doesn't mean that they can't spout BS. It's a matter of transparency. Transparency, kind of key, kind of critical. That's what we're missing. And because we don't have transparency at every level, it's just a bunch of hooey. Oh, Builder's Mark. Don't tell me you uploaded my face on a toilet. Okay, thank God. Ah, the Mythosaur skull. That'd be a cool one to do with black and a green on top. I like that diamond one. Ooh, no. Actually, I like that one with the circle around it. Builder's Mark. That's a good one. I like all of them. That's my problem. That one-piecer, though, is nice, too. It looks like it's a one-piecer. How would I be able to do that with 2 filaments with the change, though? Or I'd have to paint it. It looks like I might have to paint that one. It's different layer. There's a flat one. There's one that's completely connected. At different layers, though. I'd have to... You know what? I wonder, what could I use that... Like, I'm thinking, what would I use it for? I've got the Mythosaur skull on a variety of objects. Hang on. What we got? Storm Pooper. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a funny one. I should print that one, huh? I could do it. Black and then white on top. Oh, man. I should totally do that. Storm Pooper. Where would I hang it? Where would I put it? Oh, that's kind of funny. That is funny. I don't know. I may have to get permission to do that one. That one might have to be permission. Like, I'd be kind of gray of like, do I really want to hang that up in the bathroom? That is pretty damn funny, Builder's Mark. How about toilets at Costco? How about them? We already got new toilets, and honestly, they're pretty decent. What about a 6th holocron? I have licensed ones. I don't have the holocrons from Galaxy's Edge yet. I do want those. The Sith holocron and the Jedi one. Hey, so that one-man band raid. Told you he was dope. Yeah, Krusty. That's when I shouted you out. I shouted you out when he popped into chat here a few minutes ago. I said, yeah, it was Krusty's. I thanked you for that recommendation. I tend to remember those things. I give credit when I know and when I remember. I do give credit where credit's due, and if I slip up, I hope people correct me. I'm a big believer in that. Give credit where credit's due. And like I said, when I mess up, people gotta check me. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to do that, and it's never intentional. He's still here. Human Juke is still here. There he is. Okay, great. Just need a sticker big enough for Chris's head to go on the front of the tank. Well, we've got this little, like, it's Bemis, I guess, for the toilet lids, which are great because they're slow closers, right? So they don't slam. But there's like a little wording down there, and I thought, like, basically getting some kind of decal. I just don't know what it would be. I want to put Star Wars down there. It's a little weird to have on a toilet, but I don't know. I don't know what it would be down there, like some decals. I'm not sold on decaling that part of the toilet lid yet. That could very well happen. It could. Expect more about Star Wars in the iPhone? That sounds weird. I don't know about that. Ooh, I like that one, Builder's Mark. He's finding all the cool two-tone ones there. That's a good one. Although, that's too bad about the font. The font's a little sloppy. But the other part of that logo is pretty friggin' sweet. Yeah, it's a little inbound. You can tell it's hand-drawn, which is cool. Like, if I hand-drew that, I'd probably want to print it, too. That is pretty cool, though. Sorry, I went off on the rant on the algorithm. Y'all got me started. Y'all. I blame all y'all. Oh, there's Cleotech. Gonna give you a retweet there. Thank you very much. Done and done. Done and done. Yeah, see, on Twitter, Don Charlie, Ghost Motley, he's a part of the Intel community, says YouTube subscription system is complete trash. When I subscribe to someone, I want to see every video they post in my feed. YouTube only does that if you check the notification bell, but then you get spammed by emails and alerts. YouTube has gotten progressively worse for this. It's true. Like, it's just absolutely fracking trash. Fracking trash. I'm gonna hold on to that Storm Pooper. This one I kind of keep going back to. Although I kind of wish it was a bit more even, like more of a square instead of the black space on either side, but it's still not bad. I'm gonna save that one to the side, Builder's Mark. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. This is the king. Rule number 1: don't get Chris started on the algorithm. The algorithm? Yeah, I met Al Gore years ago. It was when I was a senior in high school. It was a long time ago. He was boring. He was very boring. He was talking about climate change, and I'm like, yeah. But I did meet the inventor of the internet. That too was a joke. Oh, you posted another one? Thank you. I will check that out. Builder's Mark's good for finding models too. Kurt Grosser says you never had an issue with the sub box. Boy, you are lucky. You are blessed. How did I miss the other thing you posted, Builder's Mark? Oh, there it is. It came in from between the... Yeah, I saw the troopers. What else did I miss? Did I see this one? I saw the Storm Pooper. Oh, there's another one there. The Mythosaur Skull. I saw that one. I think I've seen them all, Builder's Mark. Oh, no, there's another one. Oh, the Chewbacca. Yeah, is that the... I want to say that's Wexter's Chewbacca. Seen that one. My question is do the Wexter models, they need supports? Yeah? Wexter's models? At least it seemingly would need supports. If I'm seeing it right. Or maybe not. Maybe it won't need... Maybe it wouldn't need supports. Maybe it doesn't need that many supports. I could have the white Wookiee. The AT-AT one. Oh yeah, AT-AT, no! You know, that would be pretty funny if it didn't have the text. Like, that would be... This would be perfectly fine, I think, without the text. Because otherwise, I mean, it's relatively... the border's a little uneven, too. Yeah, it would need to be cleaned up a tiny bit before I'd want to print that one. The text is a little weird, and the border is not equidistant. You can see there's a bit of a margin at the bottom that's not equidistant at the top or the sides. And people are like, Chris, it's just a 3D print. It doesn't have to be perfect, dude. I'm doing my best to print things that I would appreciate seeing, and I can't unsee that. Oh, Builder's Mark can take it out. Well. Most Wexter models are designed to be sport-free or minimal sport. Interesting. Maybe I will try the white Wookiee then. Although I do have a brown one. A brown filament, right? Haven't gotten there. Plenty of filament. Plenty of days in the year. We are at 71% with a little over an hour left to go. All good in the hood. I don't know. Have I printed anything from Wexter? I don't know if I have. I found a couple things that I was debating printing another thing tonight, and then I ran across this model, and I thought, yeah, I think I want to try this one. I found another one that I thought it would work. I don't know if it's going to work well in white, but I don't know. I also don't know if I want to print it in black for a semi-obvious reason. I found a gun, a weapon, but it's like it's the vintage Stormtrooper weapon, so it's a scaled up like Kenner Stormtrooper gun. I would not want to print that one in black for semi-obvious reasons. Like, the last thing you'd want it to be is mistaken for a real gun. But I thought, well, white is different enough. But then I thought, well, what about the orange? The orange might be kind of fun, too. I don't know. Maybe I'll make it pink. Give Jedi a pink gun. Actually, that's not a bad idea. A pink Stormtrooper weapon. I'm not sure how the supports will work on that one, either. Most of Wexter's stuff is... oh, posture check. Thank you very much. Believe it or not, I'm sitting up straight. Sometimes I'm not. we're at the point where we're doing the Stormtrooper helmet. The part that I have to be really careful about in terms of removing the supports are specifically the hands, these chubby little marshmallow fingers there. The rest of it should be relatively straightforward when I saw it. I'm like, okay, I just got to be careful here, here, and here. And I'll remove it on camera when we get to that point in the stream. Oh, I got a freeze? Great. I totally missed the free. Thank you, Kurt. Kurt, not to be Kurt. Thank you, No More 3. No More 3 has the record of showing up the earliest. Sometimes just when I'm about to get started with the stream, I see No More 3 coming in there. Say, how's it doing? How you doing, Chris? Sometimes I'm in the process of like getting things done, so I don't have a chance to respond. But No More 3 is usually here right before 6 p.m. You do not need to send No More 3 notifications. You never do. See, but that's another reason. I mean, getting back to the quote-unquote algorithm, right? Does Chris freeze off stream? Not very often, no, because my family doesn't give me bits. So that's the thing about Twitch, is that they do pretty well with notifications, generally speaking, and also having a schedule that's a somewhat regular schedule that you can just expect it. You can count on it. You could do the same thing with YouTube, but even having a schedule doesn't help with the algorithm at all. Because trust me, I've tried. I've been over backwards, and I'm done trying to break my back for YouTube. Done. I did scale this one down a tiny bit because I was like, I really don't need a giant Stay Puft Stormtrooper. I just need a small one. Just a dinky. Just a teeny, 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 tiny. Inky dinky. I probably could have done a 15% infill, although it probably wouldn't have taken too much time. Alright, Builder's Mark, what do we got for Jedi? Let's see. Oh, Rose Tico's medallion, yeah. Oh, yeah, I could do that. And then I just need the string. Okay, I'm going to copy that because I still got that gold that I got to get through. Kurt Grosser says, I'm sorry, did you say Stay Puft Stormtrooper? I did. And theoretically, it'll be funny. And theoretically, I won't break off one of its fingers this time around. Hopefully, it'll work. Or because remember, I dropped the other Stay Puft and went, psh, dang it. How many pre-orders do I still have that are coming? Oh, a lot. I've lost track. It's like impossible. Impossible. I didn't even know that one was available. She'll know. I think she'll know that it's Rose Tico's. But the cool thing about that one is, that Diana could wear one and Jedi could wear the other. So I've got to find like a black cord. So maybe I'll go and get some black cord somewhere so that they could wear it around their necks. I'm like, here, there's yours. It's Rose Tico's. And then this is yours. It's Rose Tico's. It's a good idea. Then they could each wear one. That's great. That's a pretty quick print too. Man, that's a good eye, Builders Mark. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Outstanding. Outstanding. How good, the question is, will the crotch be? Yeah, that's a good question. That's one of the reasons why I went in with more supports. Because the last time, I'm not sure how well it was supported, or maybe it was too supported in that area. And again, it said when in the model in the download, it says you know, supports for the arms. I'm like, I've seen enough that I'd rather waste a little bit of filament to have a better print to use supports. Of course, I also have to get to the point where I'm reusing this filament, so it's not completely wasted. It'd be nice for mother-daughter. That's what I thought. Oh, funny. You did shave and a haircut expecting someone would do... Oh, you can't do 2 bits. I think the minimum in the channel is 10. Oh, man. Oh, man, I'm yawning. I guess I was kind of up early. I was up at 7 getting things done. I've been moving all day. The stream is about the only time in the day where I'm stationary for a longer period of time. Apart from that, I'm moving around. I'm doing things. I'm doing things here. I'm doing things there. I'm putting things away, cleaning things up, get things going, organizing, reorganizing. Oh, so much fun. Thank you, Fix'em Dude, for cheering 20 bits. Close enough. Shave and a haircut. 20 bits. Gonna keep my fingers crossed on this one. Hope it turns out. I mean, the other one didn't turn out too bad. If I hadn't dropped it, I would have been happier with the baby. Oh, thank you, mine 37388. Appreciate the stretch. Oh man, like I said. Oh. And I remember when I turned those things on, I'm like, why would I turn on a stretch? That's lame. Click. Why would I turn on click? And then I'm like, I really like the stretch. It just reminds you. Sometimes it's good to be reminded of that stuff. There's another one, another channel redeem point, like Perillo Pixel thing. I can toggle to hydrate, like where I take water. I decided not to do that one. I decided not to do the hydrate one. I'm like, I really don't want to be reminded of that. I'm good. I can hydrate myself. I will forget to stretch. Yeah, the only thing you can really tell on this one is the hands. The Stay Puft hands. Sorry if I can... I'm trying to get it at a slightly different angle. Keeps wanting to rotate around, though. Hang on. Is Jedi crying? Oh, thank you for the stretch, No More 3. Hang on. I think I hear Jedi crying. Yeah, she's crying, but it's more like a tired cry. It's more like a I don't want to do what you're asking me to do cry. She's on her own, dude, because you don't want daddy to come. You don't want daddy standing up and say, you need to do this now. I'm not messing around. Do you see me? Feelings have nothing to do with you putting your shoes away. Put them away. That's what it is. Your shoes are out, you put them away. You left this out, you put it away. I don't care. Play with it all you want. Use your shoes all you want. When you're done, put them away. When you're done with this, put it back. I gotta deal with enough chaos in my life. I don't need to be dealing with chaos around here. Oh. Organized chaos. That's kind of what it boils down to, right? Keeping things, keeping your chaos straight. I'm not into that. I like some degree of predictability in an unpredictable world. I mean, could you imagine, like, if I was streaming, but every day was different, and you weren't sure what to expect? Like, what the hell? Oh, it got weighted down. Sorry. What's today's build? Asks Real Ben Feldman. By the way, I think you retweeted something I tweeted earlier, or retweeted earlier. I saw that on TweetDeck. This is a mashup between a Stormtrooper and a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. It is a mashup, and I hope it turns out well. This is a 0.15 layer height, because I originally it was going to be a 0.20, and I thought, well, that may not turn out as well as I'd like it to. So 0.15 is generally where I've been happy. I mean, especially because I didn't have a lot of time in staging this to try to complete during the live stream. I probably should have, if I was thinking far enough ahead, because I downloaded a few models today. I downloaded Builder's Mark. You may know of a better one, but I found like a Hello Kitty Stormtrooper mashup, where it had a Stormtrooper helmet, but like Hello Kitty ears with a bow. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. And then I looked at the model, and I'm like, that model is garbage. Like, the Stormtrooper helmet model was absolute trash. I'm like, it's a great mashup, but the model itself, I was like, that's not going to turn out well. So, I kept looking for like a Hello Kitty Star Wars mashup, and I found a couple, like some signs, but nothing like a figurine, something like that, that I thought would be kind of fun. Couldn't find that. But like with this, like I don't have a Ghostbusters item in this room. I've got a lot of Stormtroopers. So I thought, okay, well, let's put a Stormtrooper helmet on this. Or let's see what it looks like. So even this is going to be a little bit of a gamble. Although the way it appeared to be would be just fine. My only concern with this model was specifically, the overhangs needing to have supports. And I'd rather over support than under support and end up with a problem. Or worse yet, like I had with the Imperial computers with the Legion scale the other day, the parts that were not supported, they turned out fine, but they turned out to be a little more rough than I would have wanted them to be. So I felt the need to add supports to them. And I'm learning that when I see a model printed out that looks a certain way, that a certain outcome indicates where I would have been better off using supports. I'm not afraid of using supports, obviously, and Lord knows, still got plenty that I've gotta boil down. Lord knows, that's something that I've been wanting to do for a week or so. But every day kind of escapes me. I get other things that have to get done, and so this is just the bottom of the stack. It's the bottom of the pile. Generally speaking. 3D printer excess coasters. Yes, kind of. Although they're not coasters. Although those would make interesting, like, meltdown points. Like, to melt down into coasters. That would kind of make sense. Alright, what is this builder's mark? Is this the same one? Oh, that's the Rose Tico medallion, yeah. Oh, man. I am so tired today. I don't know why. I got plenty of sleep, or so I thought. I think maybe it was just that I was up before 7. The problem with the summer months is the sun comes in early. I mean, we have the window shut, but there is no way out. The window is shut. There is no way out. That was a Lord of the Rings thing for y'all. Can I come in a little closer? I better not. See if I can. Give me a second, folks. Sorry for the movement. Hi, how you doing? There we go. Now the head itself should start to take shape real soon. Nice Boba Fett. Inconsistent margins, but that's nice. See, that Boba Fett would look good in a circle. Like, rather than whatever the hell that shape is. They would look good equidistant in a circle. You saw the report on the budget for the Lord of the Rings show? Isn't it like millions and millions and millions of dollars? Like some crazy amount? Hey, man, that's fine by me. Whatever they got to spend on it, I'm happy. I'm good. Like, I really want that series to succeed. It's going to be what? Like a prequel? Not exactly prequel, but like take place eons before The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Which, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm good. I'm good with new lore. Just like I'm just as good with the new lore around the Game of Thrones epic. Not exactly the prequels, but something like that. And so there's another one that I think is launching on Netflix soon. That's going to be fantasy related. It's an epic that they're banking on. I've seen like 1 or 2 commercials for it. It hasn't launched yet. 1 billion? Oh my god. Boy, I hope it succeeds. I hope for their case it succeeds. That's a lot. Please don't use the Force. That's pretty funny. I like the Darth. Out of all that, my favorite part is the Darth Vader silhouette. Like, I would just probably, like, I would clip out the Darth Vader silhouette, Force choking, and not just the sign, just like that part of it. It's pretty good. Pretty funny. The series will explore millennia. It's a millennia. There you go. I knew it was like some kind of prequel. Yeah, no, I'm into any entertainment that's worth my time, and I'm like I said last night, I'm potentially right now in between shows. I'm caught up on everything that I have been watching, and a lot of my shows I'm waiting for the next seasons. If there are going to be next seasons, I'm like, I'm waiting. Frustrating, waiting. But I haven't started anything new. The most recent thing I think I started was Avenue 5. Watched all of that. It was fine. Series will... Amazon spent $250 million to secure the rights. Then $465 million on Season 1. And confirmed $1 billion on the entire series. So, I think if anybody can make it work, it's Amazon. I think if anything was a trial balloon, it was probably The Boys. And The Boys worked out well. I mean, The Boys is good. I mean, I wouldn't say, oh, it's the best show ever. Like, it's okay. Like, Upload... pretty good. Like, it's not bad. Electric Sheep, darn good. I love Electric Sheep. Black Mirror style. You can find it on Amazon Prime. I liked Undone. I'm surprised that did not get more acclaim. Undone was great on Amazon Prime. Closest, most expensive series to date was Game of Thrones, $15 million per episode. So they're banking on the idea. This is what's interesting. Like, Amazon's banking on the idea that people will come to it. Well, here's my question. How many people would have Amazon Prime Video if they didn't already have an Amazon Prime account? Like, I can tell you, we probably wouldn't. It wouldn't register. We'd be fine. There's some entertainment on it, but I don't know. I just don't. I don't find enough on so many of these services that when the subscriptions lapse, I'm like, I don't know. Paramount Plus is the next on the chopping block. Netflix isn't too far behind. Like, once because we did, like, we've taken advantage of specials, like, where you can save, like, half off for a year. I'm like, okay, fine. You know, fine, whatever. Oh, you finished Undone today. Thanks for the recommendation. Fix'em Dude, did you like it? Did I do a good recommendation for that? I kind of want to go back and watch the last episode again. I believe they're working on a second series, but... You canceled Netflix after they increased 4K rate to 19. See, I can't see a 4K video. I can't see the difference between that or 1080p, so I wouldn't be paying that anyway. It's just really, for what you get on Netflix anymore, I mean, it used to be like, yeah, that was the thing, but I don't know. What did I watch on Netflix last night? I watched something last night. Was it a series? No, it was a movie. Oh, I started watching a movie with Anthony Mackie. Chronic, Synchronic. Like kind of a, it's just a bizarre kind of, you take a drug and weird things happen. I think I needed to finish that. I started it last night because I was like, okay, this looks interesting. It's okay. It's a little dark for me, but it's not bad. Let me put it this way, not worth keeping Netflix for. Not worth me saying, oh, you have to watch this. Fixin' Dude says it was great. Man, I'm glad. I'm glad I could make that recommendation. I thought, like, from the moment, like, I just love the animation style, right? I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty compelling. And the story, I was like, okay, where's this going? This is, all right. Okay. Synchronic. That was it. Synchronic. Yeah, so that's the problem with each one of these services. Each one of them has like maybe 1 or 2 videos that's worth watching, but beyond that, it's like, why are you keeping it around? I mean, if they're not releasing something new every week, like, I'm just like, why are we? I don't know. So, Disney Plus will stay because there's enough Star Wars and Marvel coming down the pike. Disney Plus will stay. Like, I guarantee Disney Plus is going to stay. I'm not sure about Paramount. Really not sure about Netflix. And there are shows that I don't watch that Jedi watches that I'm fine with, right? You know, like, okay, she's watching it, then it kind of justifies the cost to a certain degree. What rant are we on now? Entertainment again. Streaming services, blah. It's that time of night, blah. Disney Plus also has a massive family-friendly portfolio. For Disney Plus, the only thing I'm banking on with them is the blockbusters. Like, whatever they release in theaters, we'll be able to watch on Disney Plus. I mean, I could rent it, you know, for cheap anyway, like on a disc for like $1.50, even, you know, it's nothing. But it's the library of, they did WandaVision, then Falcon Winter Soldier, next they're doing Loki. It's like, dude, like that was not exactly nonstop, but pretty much every week going all the way back, there's been some new part of the MCU. They keep doing that with the MCU, I'm in it forever, right? They do that with Star Wars. Oh my God, I'm in hog heaven, right? Like I'm beside myself with joy. So that to me, Disney, if they keep that cadence up, they've absolutely got a subscriber for life. And no one else is really even coming close to doing something like that. No one. Apple TV, I'll give them credit. There's a couple of things that I want to watch on it yet, but it's like I kind of have to be in the mood. For All Mankind is an absolutely fantastic series. My favorite drama on quote-unquote television today. Ted Lasso was absolutely worth the watch. I'm not sure how much else I've seen on Apple TV. Those two shows are the ones that, like, okay, this looks kind of compelling. I've tried to trip through not Galaxy's Edge. What's the game one? Mythic Quest, and it's just like, I don't know. It tries too much. I don't know, real Ben Feldman. Mythic Quest tries too hard. It just doesn't work for me. Like Avenue 5, I thought was a better comedy than Mythic Quest, and they're very similar. Avenue 5 is very similar to Mythic Quest, very similar, like exceedingly similar. But I just feel Mythic Quest tries too hard, and Avenue 5 was a bit more non sequitur, outlandish. Like what? What? I have had laugh out loud moments with Avenue 5, and I can't say that the same for Mythic Quest. Like Mythic Quest is just kind of like, why am I'm watching this done? Okay, I'm good. I've seen enough to never watch it again. The morning show. Yeah, I've heard about that, Coleman. I remember hearing about it, and I didn't hear enough good things about it. And I wouldn't say the ratings were great. So I'm kind of like thinking, maybe if I get time. But I did not enjoy Mythic Quest. Let me put it this way. I have not yet enjoyed Mythic Quest. I'm not into Central Park, probably because I really wasn't that deep into Bob's Burgers. And it's similar animation style. Assumedly similar type of writing. I could be wrong. The Foundation. Have I heard about that? The Foundation on Apple TV. The Foundation series. Science fiction. Ooh, okay. Here we go. I'm in. Asimov, I'm in. The Foundation. Apple TV. 2021. Yeah. There we go. Okay, I'm in. Based on award-winning novels, Foundation chronicles a band of exiles in the monumental journey to save humanity, rebuild civilization, follow the Galactic Empire. Ooh. Coming soon. Ooh. That's interesting. I don't know if I recognize too many of the people in it, but that's not what's going to pull me in. What's going to suck me in is something good. Like, something like, yes, I must see this. Alright. So that's coming this year. Apple TV. I could see Apple TV worming its way and staying permanent. For me. Because there's enough good content on it. Hang on. I was just checking out the level of detail there. I mentioned Ted Lasso. There's a new show at Disney called Big Shot, where John Stamos, who plays a disgraced NCAA basketball coach who has to go coach high school girls. I don't know about that. I mean, if I hear, I'm not into sports. If I hear good reviews and good ratings, like from my peers, that's typically what'll pull me in. Typically, not always. The Foundation teaser. Thank you, Casual Gaming Dan. Can't watch it right now because I'm not licensed to watch anything or rewatch anything on the stream as much as I'd like to. It's created by David E. Kelly. I don't know if that matters to me. I mean, ultimately, if the show's premise is good, if I enjoy it, if I get pulled in, I'm in. I don't care if it's a slow burn. I don't care if it's fast-paced. If I enjoy it, if I look forward to it, the good news is I feel that television is starting to, quote-unquote, television, right? Because it's no longer just network television. I don't even know when I pay attention to network television anymore. It's all about the subscription services, as long as they're worth doing. And Peacock, forget it. I'm like, why? Peacock, I'm not paying for Peacock. I see no reason to, and I'm about there with the other ones. So maybe one day they'll get their stuff handled, but I don't know. It's not just, hey, we've got a subscription service and there are no ads. I'm like, okay. And like, what do you have? Like, what's good? What's compelling? Don't just produce garbage. Not interested in wasting time. Oh, that's me in a nutshell. The sarcasm is strong with this one. Yeah, that's totally me. Pretty funny. Yeah, the problem I have with some of these prints or these models is the fonts are not exactly what they could be. Like, this wasn't, I mean, it wasn't an amazing font. Like, you can see it squished on top, bigger on the bottom. I'm like, it just didn't look off to me. It looked balanced. It looked, somewhat centered. It looked clean. The silhouette, looked okay. It looked fine. It was just compelling to me. I'm like, oh yeah, that'll work. It didn't jump out at me as like, oh, that font's weird. Yeah, I watched, someone had recommended Invincibles on Amazon. I started watching it. I'm like, it's a comic book kind of show, which is interesting, but I'm like, I don't know. For some reason, animation, it's hard for me to latch on to animation. It's really difficult. And I enjoy animation, don't get me wrong. But for some reason, I don't know what it is. I can't latch on. A super R-rated animated show? What would that be again? I'm sure they're definitely out there. That's for sure. I've probably seen some of them. Oh, Invincibles? Yeah, that's what I ascertained. It was okay. It was just, I don't know. It was like, but then again, I have not. I struggle to think, apart from movies, me ever really getting, and maybe Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. getting into an animated television series that was comic in nature. And mind you, the last one I really liked was Harley Quinn on HBO Max. I think it's a part of the DC stuff. But Harley Quinn was really well done. And I haven't even seen all of it. And I enjoyed what I've seen. But I fade out. Like, okay, I can't for some reason. And that's a good one. Like, if I were to finish a series, Harley Quinn would probably be one of the first animated series that I'd finish. Yeah, it's very clever. Incredibly clever. Like, it's really well done. Like, when it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, I need to justify paying $10 a month for this service, can I find one show? Can I find one thing that I want to tune into? Yeah, it's and I think more than anything, we're just paying for access and kind of sleeping on a lot of what we already have. Oh, you heard Chris Pirillo my favorite show is The Expanse on Amazon? Yes. I feel that Expanse is a sick joke that people watch only to see, hey, I wonder if anybody I can sucker anybody else into watching The Expanse. Hey, watch The Expanse, it's really good. What do you mean it's really good? I've watched like 7 episodes and it's yet to get good. No, you gotta wait till you get to season 7, episode 30, like, and then then it really starts to pick up. But you know, seasons 4, 6, and 2 not that great. But you know, the other episodes is great. You gotta watch it. Who does that? I just did that, and I did that too. Those are freebies for you. Hard pass on The Expanse? Yes, you are correct. That is the absolute right take. It's like the MLM scam. Kind of is. No, you gotta watch The Expanse. No, you gots to. You have to. That's all it is. It's a sick joke. I got a Vader time. Awesome. I got hit with a can of Diet Coke today. Don't worry, I'm not hurt. It was a soft drink. Never got into Walking Dead. Fix him, dude. They get $2,200 for every person they sign up to watch The Expanse. Yeah, probably. Oh, I like bad jokes. My whole life is a bad joke. Seriously, like, my whole life's a bad joke, and no one's laughing. It's that bad. Although in my head, I was thinking, the They Might Be Giants mink car. I got hit by a mink car, hit by a mink car, driven by a guitar. That was very poorly sung, but it's me. Very poorly anything. Oh, what do we got here? Looks like Builder's Mark is just surfing thing. Ooh, that's a really cool one. The Darth Maul. I like that one when I get when I start doing throwing in some red. That's a really. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of Darth Maul stuff. That's really nice. Not that we have a lot of wall space to hang things up on, but. Oops. Chris, you almost as good as last night's raid? What? Wait, what was last night's raid? I've completely forgotten. They've all like wait. Who was last night's raid? Oh, the arcade guy, the brick builder, Jay something. Yeah, that's right. The Lego guy. That's right. He had the whole arcade thing going on. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But those damn stickers, those decals. I've now made it a thing. Like, I don't know. Somehow it's my thing. Everyone needs a thing. Everyone needs an arch nemesis. Right? My nemesis is the Lego decal. And corn. I need to get the Vader poster. Yeah, I saw them. There was the stained glass, I think, was a more interesting custom. The stained glass, I think, would be a really cool thing to get. Casual Gaming Dan also hates Lego stickers. That's great. I hate the fact that Lego started doing a lot more stickers, and I also hate the fact that they, with the keychains, for the longest time, magnets. They had magnets that they sold. And the minifigs you could remove from the magnet bases, which is great. It was like, oh, it's a minifig you couldn't get anywhere else. And then one time I went to get them, and they had started to glue the minifigures onto the Lego bricks that they stood on for the magnets, and I was so upset. Oh, I was so angry. I'm like, really? For real? I did my best to get those things removed, but they were just chewed up. It did not work. It was really sad. I mean, I understand, I guess, why they did it, but it was still maddening to me. It was still frustrating. I stopped buying the magnets altogether. I do buy the Lego keychains when I need to replace my current one. I typically go with the Stormtrooper Lego keychain. Because the reason why is because I customed, I glued a plate or a couple plates onto our what would you call it? Like it's like a mirror that hangs up next to our back door, and I glued them up there, and so that when I'm hanging my keys, I basically use the legs of the minifigure to keep them up, and it works out well. Yeah, now they have like more official kind of ways of doing it. I kind of had I kind of had to jury rig it, but it worked. Still works to this day. However I did it, I must have done it right or well enough to stand the test of time. Tried something else today, but I don't know how well it turned out. They've been using the remote control little handheld. They're not drones, but they're little like remote. They're little like there's a Millennium Falcon and it flies up from your hand, or there's a Grogu and it flies up from your hand, and one of the little pieces was broken off, so I tried to put another one on, and I glued it on because the only way it was going to stay is with the glue, but I think gluing it may have thrown off its dynamics, so I don't know. I think that hope has been lost. Y'all keep winning? Winning and winning. I got all this popcorn. I don't know what to do with all this dang popcorn. I hope I don't have to wrestle with these supports either. Just got to be careful. I'm going to start with I got to remember to start with the hands. Because if I start with the hands, then, you know, because that's where the little fingers are. That's going to be potentially the most sensitive part of the trooper here. We're 85% of the way through with about 40 minutes left to go in this print. Rigged? Dude, it's all random that I know of. It's random. Does RC Maniac keep winning? Is that what's going on? Is that what's happening? What is that? Is there a rigged emote, really? Oh, that's funny. Sully's. It's Sully's. Give you? I can't. You know you gotta gamble it on your own.
Hey,
Hi.
making the Eiffel Tower.
No, I'm not making the Eiffel. Why would I make the Eiffel Tower?
I mean,
Who needs it?
A tower.
No.
Skyline.
No. You're not gonna guess it. No. Those are supports, dude. Yeah, the garlic works well on here. Do I need? I don't want to turn it off, but maybe we turn it up to like 73? Yeah, but I'm not sweating.
Yeah.
Maybe we can turn it up,
here.
but we have to turn it to we have to turn the air on.
54.
54 is way too cold.
I don't know what is it.
74?
It's like a Ghostbusters guy. Is it?
It's a Ghostbusters guy, but
The marshmallow guy.
Stay Puft Marshmallow guy, but
But with the Darth Vader helmet.
wow, pretty damn close.
The Darth Vader head.
Hmm.
The
What
lightsaber.
what would be a good white head to wear on top of white body?
Stormtrooper.
Very good.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. the sprayer that we used to use, I guess, broke. So, it's not very noochie. In fact, I don't even think Diana put nooch on it. Nope, she did. Just all fell to the bottom. I don't know. We may need to get a new sprayer. A new spritzer. I thought we had them. I was pretty sure we had spritzers. I was fairly confident we did. Why is Jedi continuing to cry? I just hear this. You can be complaining that loudly around me. Tell you what. Are there flavors of Nooch? Not that I know of. Nooch is pretty much nutritional yeast. It is what it is. Packed with vitamin B. So it's good to eat. It's healthy. Reusable straw, Mandalorian. Those are kind of dangerous. I've learned that the reusable straws are rather dangerous. You can damage yourself. You can injure yourself severely. True, true. You can also injure yourself with 3D printing tools, as I have done. Why does the government recommend usable straws? That I'm not sure. Avaline French is asking for a color change to green. Get it? There we go. Green changes things up a bit. I like straws, but the problem is that I'm not sure I can trust Jedi around them. Walking around, they're a safety hazard. Because at least with a plastic straw, you can hurt yourself on that too. But there's some amount of give to a plastic straw versus a metal straw or a harder plastic straw. You can hurt yourself big time. People have died, believe it or not. That's a true story. True story. Now that I'm eating popcorn, I'm letting y'all eat popcorn too. Are you enjoying your popcorn? Anything can cause injury or death? Yeah, that's true. I could choke on the popcorn. Oh man. The seasoning particles. This happened to me last night too. They're when I breathe in, when I'm eating, I inhale the particles. So my lungs are going to be coated with this garlic salt particulate. Whoop. Popcorn on the 3D printing plate? Not quite. Yeah, no metal straws for kids, please. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Lord knows. I would not want that to happen. Oh, there we go. Adat drinks out of the toilet bowl. The border's still a little wonky, but that could be mitigated somewhat. they could be mitigated if you just made the whole thing. Oh, I guess you couldn't. You couldn't make that white. I'm inhaling garlic salt.
So the first thing for me is always learning your craft.
Coda 120 is eating
And it doesn't matter
Cocktail Classics Jelly Belly jelly beans. Highly recommended.
when it's in your head
They are
and
vegan.
you're still thinking about it.
That I know of. Jelly Bellies are vegan.
You've got to know how to
Jelly Bellies are good. They're tasty.
through
No doubt about that.
practically on your own these days and have it stand on its
Thank you for stopping by, big fan, or big sports fan, I should say. Really appreciate it as we push through with this fluffy Stormtrooper. Currently at 88%. Whoop. A beer sign. Sith Stout, the dark side of the beer. I love stouts. I do love stouts. A lot. You see, that font is a little
and
off.
it doesn't come down to what plugins you
It's
have.
like someone resized something that was larger to something smaller. It's fine. I mean, it's not bad. I like that.
It really comes down to what's in your head.
Kind of wish there was a Sith Stout. Although I'm kind of glad there isn't, because like, what if I bought the Sith Stout and drank it and didn't like it?
And those two things are
Then I'd be sad.
what make the best video games, in my opinion.
Ow. Getting rid of all plastic and going reusable? Wow.
Video game music. I'm just talking about music.
Well, you can see we use popcorn buckets that are reused. Cups. Nothing disposable.
You have to be able to feel it.
Or disposable outright.
You have to know how to take those in your head and in your heart and say something meaningful. And I don't think that's necessarily something you learn in school or something you learn from reading a book or watching YouTube videos or anything. I think that's more something you learn from doing it, from trying it over and over and over and over and over.
Actually, I like the popcorn like this. Maybe it's because I was so used to Nooch. Or maybe it's because the popcorn actually has flavor. Because before then, Diana wasn't using seasoning, and then each kernel was kind of plain. At least now each one of them has a flavor to it. That's the problem when you don't use oil. Yeah, you might save some calories, but you can't get anything to stick to it. Huh. I just hope this looks balanced. My fear is the helmet will either be too big or too small for its body, but it might be well. I mean, it might fit. If anything, maybe it'll be a little large. Comically large. Not that you can expect much for, fan art. But, still, if I'm going to print it, something that I want to enjoy. Hey, how you doing? No, how are you doing? Good. You have fun? What'd you do at the park? Well, you must have done something. No. You faced your fears on the slide? What was your fear? What's which slide?
The big one?
The big one.
Big green one? That has bumps on it?
I don't know if I remember that one.
I remember it.
Okay.
Can I go to that part?
Yeah.
Every day.
Okay.
Every single day.
That's good. Guess she faced her fears. No complaints here. There's Daddy in the background encouraging, like, yeah, you do it, you do it. Come on, you can do it. You're never gonna. You can't move forward until you conquer your fears. It's true. Because either you get control of your fears or they get control of you. And that's the truth. What we got here? Made in the 80s. Oh, that's funny. What does it stick in? A cake topper. Oh, that's cool. You could you do that in 2 different colors? You might be able to. Interesting. That's a good one. Maybe I should do, when I get yellow, do some Pac-Man stuff. What's funny? Does mommy know you have your phone? As long as she knows you have it. No, no, no. You'll find no solace here. That's her phone, dude. You got an owie. What? Where? What happened? I don't even see it.
Her chin, her mouth, and
Where? What happened? I don't... Oh, that I see. Yeah. Okay, what happened?
it's out on grass.
Oh, okay.
They're playing rounder.
But you survived?
Well, it's 'cause they're running so fast.
Yeah.
The little boy tried to tag them. And like, his name is Parker. Yeah. I know.
Oh, Parker.
Parker tried to tag her.
Just the one... Is this...
Fell on top of her.
Is this I don't have a crush on Parker? Or...
Super nice. Very, very.
Oh, yeah, that lithophane. That's a good one. That's a good one, Builder's Mark.
He's very Sheldon-like.
Fair enough.
Very particular about certain things.
19 years old, but he's 1 year old.
What?
Yeah, he looks very big, but he's 1 year old. Is that true? Is it true? I don't know, but it's 1 year old.
Okay.
Or I think super nice.
Oops.
He knows you. Didn't mean to, though.
I'm sure it was an accident. It's okay.
It's fun though. Big ground, it's funny. So if you're on the ground, you can open your eyes. If you're on the play set, you have to close your eyes and try to tag them.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. That's why they love it. You have to close your eyes, like climbing up the slide.
Right.
And if you
What
want
did I
to tag
say?
someone,
Other gambling.
close your eyes. If you want to get onto the play set to tag someone. So basically, it's like.
Well, as long as there are rules.
There's no world.
Well, there, no, there are rules.
But
Well, there's got to be more rules than just have fun, because trust me, there's a lot of room for error there. I saw the lightsaber mini. Thank you, big fan. Huh. Oop. We're getting along. 92%. 22 minutes left to go. Woo. Timed that one about right, too. Let me tell you. I'm excited to see it. It's not polite to eat when others don't have food. Well, then grab some food. I'm not sitting here saying don't eat while I eat. But I'm rude, but I'm not that rude. I keep dropping popcorn. I don't mean in a good way either, like not like a good drop. I think we're done with the supports on this. We're pretty darn close. Trust me, the reveal is totally going to be worth the wait. I'm a captive audience. Oh man, Mondays suck. The worst feeling in the world is Monday morning. I just hate the feeling. Best feeling in the world, Saturday morning. For me. Will the command to enter a raffle ever change? Well, it did. I actually had, originally it was the default, what was it, accept? And then David Randolph made the recommendation, said, hey, why don't we change it to pop? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. For popcorn, pop, pop, pop. You keep moving up and doing nothing? Yeah, I know, that's me. That's how I'm at level 5. I'm playing the long game. You know, at some point, what I may do is, I don't know if I can reset the system, but I'd consider it. Like if enough people, you know, who are just sitting on them, start over again, give everybody 1,000,000 points, and start over. I'd warn everybody. I mean, it's invisible points. It's not worth anything, but still. I think I can do that on Stream Elements. I should probably explore it. Just haven't done it yet. One more thing I haven't done. And you know, probably gonna have to do 2 or 3 things before going to bed tonight. Strategizing, reorganizing, cleaning, staging. I'm getting the bottom, the very bottom. Boy, I didn't even taste a single bit of nooch. And there's nooch in here. I'm not even sure the nooch is worth putting on the popcorn anymore. Not without some kind of sprayer, which I may have to pick up, I guess. That pepper's burning. %. 16 minutes left to go. Top of the trooper helmet. Have I heard of original Stormtrooper beer? I have. I have a couple of original Stormtrooper products. I have original Stormtrooper cologne. I have original Stormtrooper, like a hot sauce mix or like a drink mix. I think I have an original Stormtrooper spatula, but not the beer. I don't have the beer. Unfortunately, they don't make a lot of that stuff in the U.S. They have it in Canada. I just can't get it, so I kind of have to rely on Liz. Sometimes she's seen things when she's been out and about. I'm like, oh yeah, grab that for me. That's the thing. It's like, I don't. That's why I always appreciate when other people are like watching for things, because like there's only so much I can see. There's only so much I know about. Distribution can be a challenge. Kurt, how are you doing? Are you up or are you down? $95. I watched Stormtrooper. Never. Yeah, this won't be bad. If it balances, I'll be happy. Sorry, I was just taking a look at the arm. Helmet arm ratio. Well, I suppose it would have to be appropriately scaled because the Stay Puft head would have to be inside the helmet. So, yeah, I guess that would make sense. And then the fun begins. The removing of the supports, where everyone gets to say, oh my god, Chris, why'd you put on so many supports? Just to annoy you. That's the reason. That's typically why I do anything. Everything. What? Did someone play a sound effect? Sorry, I get gassy anytime David Randolph shows up. No more like, oh my gosh, can't watch. He's gonna stab himself. Yeah, I know. Everyone needs a good support system. That's what I feel. I feel I needed to over support this one. I feel that for it to turn out decent. This isn't one where I'm trying to challenge myself to see how little filament I can get away with. It's more like, what can I do to have something that's a quality output? And I think this is it. I think it's it. That's that. Yes, Dr. Andolph was here ever so briefly. He popped in and then he popped out. He's like, boop, boop. He was a blip. He was a Pac-Man ghost. Someone ate him. And he went, blah, 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 blah. And he has to go back to the home to regenerate, to come back. I totally made up that story. That's not real. I can't I can't back that up. I'm riffing. Wait a minute. It was 95% like 2 minutes ago, and it's still night. This doesn't make sense. But it's 11 minutes to go. Dave? Dave's not here, man. Yeah, I listened to Cheech and Chong briefly. I didn't listen to him a lot as a kid. But like when someone had a tape, you'd listen to it and like, this is just weird. What is going on? That's how we got comedy. We listened to people's tapes. They had a cassette tape or an album, like an LP, and you listen to it going, what? Okay. Couldn't even tell you the last real true comedy tape or CD was produced. He's like a mixtape, indeed. Mixtapes will never come back either. Like, I made you a playlist. It doesn't. No, that's lame. Do people do that now? Like, the kids these days, with their relationships, I build you a playlist. That's stupid. Like, mixtapes, it took effort. You had to dub. You had to press record. You had to, like, remix. You had to stage. You had to organize. You had to print on the cover. You had to do so many things. It was an effort. It wasn't just the music. It was the effort. To add to a playlist, click. That's it? That's it. Didn't know of George Carlin until I was older. Didn't have him on album. I never did. Never had a cassette tape of George either. I had a few bootlegs of other comedy routines, including Robin Williams. Some guy is like a sound effects guy. He'd make sound effect noises with his mouth. He was really good. The mouth and the mic. He was really, really good. And cry during the long distance dedication. Yeah, I blurry Bigfoot. This is Casey Kasem with a long distance dedication. No, it wasn't Michael Winslow. It was someone else. I can't remember who it was. I never got the name. But like I said, it was a dub from, I think, a dub. It wasn't the same. Can't lie, I built you a playlist. Lame. Making a mixtape was the best form of flirting in the 80s. It was. It was like the only way, right? Passing notes. Giving tapes. You just can't, there's nothing. What's the equivalent? Right? These days, what would the equivalent be of making something like that for somebody else? I suppose you could, like, do something like this and say, here you go. I mean, that's pretty unique. Not exactly a mixtape, but way less lame than a friggin' playlist. Here's my playlist for you, Susie. It's awesome. These are my jams. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not just saying music these days. I mean, there's some good songs that from contemporary pop and rock and R&B and all that, but yeah, I'm not saying songs these days. It's not about the songs. It's about the effort of making a mixtape. Like, it was the effort, right? It was not just the selection, not just what you had, not just what you could get, potentially even from the radio, but it was the effort of putting it together, organizing it in such a way that it had a certain flow to it that you were kind of like, okay, what feels right next? And like, you don't want it to be too much of this or too much of that. You don't want to have the same artist repeated. I don't know. I used to make the best mixtapes. I used to have the best, man. I had mix of modern, and I throw in, like, go as old as like the Monkees and but contemporary like Huey Lewis or Human League. Or, so it was modern and old, vintage classics, whatever. But even then, I was still only relegated to the music that I had access to. And we didn't necessarily listen to a lot of country, or a lot of classic rock, so I didn't necessarily have access to that. Any kind of pop may likely come from the radio station. We had some old stuff. I mean, but it was a mix. It was a total mix. Grunge was the last era where the artists ran the show. After that, the labels only signed yes brands. Probably. Wouldn't surprise me. How could they not like Weird Al? Did I ever? I bet I did. I put Weird Al on a mixtape. One, no, what would it have been? Dare to be Stupid or something like that? I don't know. It wouldn't have been One More Minute, I can tell you that. That would not have been the song. Yoda, maybe? That's how my first Weird Al album was Dare to be Stupid and part of In 3D dubbed onto a 90-minute cassette. Nature Trail to Hell! I had maybe one or two friends that liked Weird Al, but that was it. And I remember a music teacher who probably no longer has the job. It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know what the hell she's doing these days. I'd be shocked if she's still a teacher. But I remember like the assignment was, you know, what's your favorite musical artist? And I said Weird Al Yankovic. And she's like, no, can't pick him. He's not a real artist. He's not a real musician. I'm like, Weird Al Yankovic is way more of a real musician, I thought, than you are. So, okay. Just because he sings parodies, he's also got originals, and I think that's the argument I made. I'm like, he's got originals too. And she wouldn't take it. She wouldn't accept it as the musical artist of choice. I can't remember what my backup was at that time. I don't know who it would have been. I don't know who it would have been at that time. This was in the 80s. So it was pre They Might Be Giants. Pre Moxie Früvous, because I wasn't exposed to them until they released, what, in the early 90s. I'm trying to think. Oh, this is definitely mid-80s. This is like 1985? 84, 85? It's funny. That really upset. I'll never forget that. That upset me that much. I never remember anything from that class. That's I swear, the only thing I remember from that class is her telling me no, that Weird Al wasn't a real artist. And I'm like, he's still making music these days. Mic dropped. See that bloody hatchet coming right at you. So bring the kids along, it's good, clean family fun. Don't spoil the big surprise. You won't believe your eyes when you see Nature Trail to Hell. Nature Trail to Hell. One of your first albums was a Star Wars soundtrack, John Williams. Wow. I don't know if we had one. Maybe we had one of the soundtrack albums. I didn't get into the instrumental stuff all that much. We, of course, had the records on tape. The books on tape, or the books on LP, the 45, the disc, and they tell the story. You know it's time to turn the page when you hear R2-D2 beep, like this. Let's begin now. Dun! You discovered Weird Al through LimeWire. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm definitely older than you. Yeah, Christmas at Ground Zero. That was another good one. That was Polka Party. I got the Polka Party tape. I can tell you where and when I got a lot of the Weird Al albums. Polka Party I got on tape for Christmas. It was not very celebrated, the Polka Party album, which is unfortunate. You just change the questions. I never tell kids that their opinions are not valid. That's fair enough, but I lived in a different era. She was not having it. She was like, nope. Like, well, here I am. How many decades later, I still listen to Weird Al. He's still making music. He's relevant. I guarantee she isn't and never was. Guarantee. Guarantee. I don't know if I ever got a Weird Al Yankovic Columbia House. Couldn't even, what was the last album? Contractual, wasn't it Contractual album, or the what was it titled again? It's been a few years even then. Contractual Obligation or something. Sorry, a little off. Weird Al will never not be relevant. Exactly. Here we go. 1 minute. His medleys were the best. I agree. Completely. His polkas. That UHF was also an underrated album. Then again, I think it was an underrated film for the time. Move this over here. Don't fall, don't fall. So please don't reveal the secret ending to your friends. Don't spoil the big surprise. You won't believe your eyes when you see Nature Trail to Hell. Nature Trail to Hell. In 3D. Some teachers are really good at destroying you. Yeah. I think it's the only time that polka is ever okay. That's right. If it's a Weird Al Yankovic polka. Correct. Your yearly rewatch of UHF. Do I even have UHF on digital? Is it available on digital? Sex and Candy still sounds weird when you hear the original. I know, like when you're like accustomed to like the parodies and then like you hear the original, it's just, it sounds weird. It sounds very different. Like, what is going on? All right, here we go. Just pop it off like this. The most horrifying film to hit the screen. There's a homicidal maniac who finds a Cub Scout troop, and he hacks up 2 or 3 in every scene. Da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Ba-dun, dun, 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 dun. Nature Trail to Hell. Nature Trail to Hell. Nature Trail to Hell in 3D. Yay! UHF is on Blu-ray. Can you get the Blu-ray and then redeem for digital? That's my question. All right, now, that's what I really want to be careful with here. Please don't reveal the secret ending to your friends. Don't spoil the big surprise. You won't believe your eyes when you see Nature Trail to Hell. Just a little bit of support fun back here. All right, there we go. Got most of it off from around the fingers. That's what I was hoping for. It's gonna take a while. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, so it's not on there. I wonder if it's the because of the Orion. Wasn't it Orion Pictures? Orion. I think I watched, or I have UHF on DVD. I never got the Blu-ray. The thing that would get me to get the Ooh, God, we got some. Hey, what do we got? What do we got? Thank you, Nooka the Hook, for following. Appreciate it. Just getting through our something dark side print. The Stormtrooper mashup going on here. It's on Prime Video, UHF. Oh, I should sit down with Jedi. I'm like, Jedi, we gotta watch this. Come on, dude. Oops. I wonder if she'd sit still for it. She might not for a few more years. Like, as soon as she sees, like, an old cartoon, she, like, fades out. Like, if it's not, like, HD or whatever, I'm like, come on, dude! No, this is old. Really? Man, there's a... There you go, got it. That's why Just Watch exists. You cannot watch it with anyone at this point. You know, too many words in all the songs. I know. What was the line? Like, this town means as much to me as a festering bowl of dog snot. Okay, there's some weird... This, it's definitely the file. It's definitely the model. And maybe it's because I scaled it down, but... Definitely some weird stuff going on here. Ain't the supports. It's the... Badgers? Badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers. Do. Oh, I want to get that off too, don't I? I'm trying to be very careful around these hands. What else was I gonna do? You get to drink from the fire hose. Yeah, it was funny years later, like, to look back, I'm like, oh my god, it's freaking Kramer. Oops. Yeah, Pee-wee's Playhouse will take you right back. Those are the classics, dude. Yeah, I know. Try watching any of the old shows that you enjoyed, and it's just like, I really liked this. I don't know why. I'd imagine Dukes of Hazzard is just as bad. I never got into the A-Team, though. I got into Knight Rider. Jason, I am removing supports from tonight's print, which, for all intents and purposes, was successful. Thank you for the Emperor 7. Ooh, which Emperor? Something dark side. Mr. Palpatine. Mr. Palpatine will see you now. Do. Ooh. Sorry if I'm missing some of the chat because I have it like zoomed in. MacGyver holds up. Never watched it. Warhammer 40k Emperor. Oh well, never mind. I know nothing about Warhammer. But That does not mean that I cannot appreciate you following and hanging out. I'm sure we have many other things in common, like printing way too many supports. Or overdoing the supports so that the ultimate print turns out just fine. I don't want to hear it about the supports. I already know I put on too many. But, ow. I also know that I'm going to be reusing these or pouring them into the molds. There we go. Get into the belly. Get into the belly of the beast. Do 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 do. Got some supports. I gotta be careful around the fingers. Yeah, I hear you about All in the Family. It is funny. Okay, the belly's looking good. As I peel away more of those chin supports. And it's funny that the more things change sometimes, the more they seem to be the same. Another one I used to like Alice for some reason. I don't know why. Heaven knows. You want to know another show? It was kind of fun back in the day, The Muppet Show. Kind of glad that Disney brought it back, although I have not watched a lot of the older episodes yet. Okay, there we go. It just needs some supports in here, but... Okay. That's interesting. There's actual... You have a Gonzo puppet because of the Muppet Show? That's awesome. Oh, Blurry Bigfoot. Love you and knowing your lyrics. Seeing the, what was it? It was a Muppet exhibit. It was like a life of, it was a Henson exhibit where I saw a few of the Muppets screen used, and then the puppets from Dark Crystal, some of them, including a Mystic and Jen and Kira, who did not age well. But being a fan of the Dark Crystal, I always wanted more from the Dark Crystal. Always, always, always. That stood up well, too. Did I enjoy the Star Wars Muppet episode? Hell yeah! If I watch, or in terms of rewatching, that's like one of the first ones I want to rewatch. For obvious reasons. So I'm going to see if Jedi will watch that one. Sorry, this is really precarious here. You'll understand as soon as I show you here. You've never seen Labyrinth? Oh yeah, definitely. You gotta see Labyrinth. I mean, it's a product of its time. It's not like, you know, I wouldn't say awesome, but yeah, the only thing I would say, because I resized it, so it got a little funky here. I'm not sure it could have been done any other way, because it was definitely an overhang. I really do hope they give the Muppets their due on Disney Plus, for sure. Yeah, some of the Muppet episodes, I guess, now have warnings on them. It's true. Well, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, the world was different back then. And you know what? There's going to come a time where things that we do today are going to seem insensitive to future worlds and cultures. Guarantee it. And, you know, things are a product of their time. Very often, that kind of entertainment. Dang, dude, it's like, it's raining freaking filament over here. Let me put it this way: when I was that age, I never would have imagined being able to make a custom stormtrooper. Never would have imagined this. I never. The kid in me, I guarantee I'd have been all over this. As a kid, for sure, dude. I would have been all over 3D printing. Sorry, I've got some... I'll be careful here. Guess this is as good as I can get it. Star Wars is inappropriate? What? I'm not gonna stab myself, Jesus. Loyal's not here asking for blood. It's not gonna happen. Well, I think the crotch turned out good. Seemingly. Not quite all the way through it, but... Yeah, I knew it was gonna... Crotch turned out better with the supports this time around. Like I said, I probably over-supported, but... Given the questionable overhangs... I would rather have made this decision. You thought I was printing a vanilla cake? Oh, crotch talk. Yeah, crotch talk. Crotch talk will do it. Crotch overhang. Gotta watch out. Better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout, I'm telling you why. We've got a crotch overhang problem. Doo-doo-doo-doo. I probably could have made it without using any supports. But as Fixum Dude says, can never over support your crotch. That's right. Hello, my name's Chris Pirillo, and I'm here as president and founder of the Never Too Much Support for Your Crotch Association. We've made it our mission to make sure that if you have a crotch that has overhang possibilities of getting under extruded, I don't know, I'm making things up. I'm probably doing a very poor job. Dude, the crotch support is strong with this one. Just need to pick a side here. Get me a t-shirt with the alligator on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Crotch support out. Getting close, getting close. Just have the back support here now, which is seemingly going to be simple. Relatively straightforward. Got to get it underneath the helmet. Oh, yeah, looking pretty good, looking pretty good. Did I get everything from underneath there? Like I said, everything's seemingly okay. Could have been a little smoother possibly on the mouth area, headgear, breather area. It's a little sloppy there, but I'm not sure. Then we'll have the neighbors over for a weenie barbecue. Gonna have hefty stongs stuck in my head. No thermal detonator canister. I want to do a thermal detonator. I haven't really found a thermal detonator model that I want to do. Oop. Boy, he's flecking everywhere here. Seemingly 90% of the way there. Like I said, this trust me, it's worth it. Just a little bit of support. Didn't want to let go. Gotta be careful. I don't want to bust the fingers, the arms, or any. There we go. I think we got it. Wait, minus, is that a, hard to tell if it's a layer line or a support. It's a support, okay. getting over the... Sorry, I can't, like, show you up close because I have to, like, bring it in a little tighter to me. Get rid of some of these hangers on detail. Not that anybody will ever look at it, but we have officially carved out a chubby little chubby bunny. Go ahead and show you. Let me not drop it. Break off one of its fingers, but there's the chin.
Don't mind me.
We'll get it if you see any pieces. So like I think that the lines ran around the helmet. So yeah, there we go. Turned out really well. In fact, I mean the other model was a nice model for the baby Stay Puft, but like if I wanted to have a Stay Puft Marshmallow figure, this is it. This is it. Like, yeah. I almost dropped it again. Dude, if I would have dropped it and broke a finger, oh my god. After all that. Oh. That would have been painful, as much support as I removed from it. Nice. Very nice. This Stormtrooper is going to stand over here in my room. Very happy to have it in the collection. Very, very happy. Now that I've made it. Very happy that y'all could have tuned in, hung out with me during the printing, the live printing. I never know what I'm going to do next. I don't. I'm not sure what it's going to be tomorrow. Maybe a Stormtrooper or something else. Maybe one of those links that Builders Mark sent, possibly. But yeah, I would say I'm very happy with this. You hire somebody to chew your food. You're an upwardly mobile dude. This is the life. This is the life. Now I'm gonna have all the classic Weird Al's in your head, aren't I? Hey man, if she's vacuuming, if she's cleaning up, I'm fine. I'm happy. Although she flapped the rug the wrong way. It's okay. I'll reflap it when I leave the room. For the Emperor noted, sorry if he's gone. Good to see you're still doing your thing. Remember watching YouTube videos 12 to 13 years ago. Think remember your website. Time flies. Yes! And I am still here today. Streaming live on Twitch every night. So, now, the question of the day is... Who are we raiding? Who can we raid? There is... Supergen is playing Fall Guys. Yoko, although we just raided her. Panfred Nudo, didn't we just raid? Set to Build, it seems we just raided 2. Jace the Collector, we never heard back from again. Business, we haven't heard. Well, we've raided him recently. Geek Gamer TV, we definitely recently raided. Agent Tony Stark, I think we just recently raided. So, who could it be? Who will it be? What's this? Jobs Journal. Not seeing any makers and crafters here. Does anybody have any specific recommendations for a raid? Jace the Collector. Who's Zach M. Rutledge here? This may be it. Let's see what we got. What have we here? Zach M. Rutledge. What's he doing? Is he doing Lego? He's doing a space thing. Oh, Lego brick building. There we go. Space Shuttle Discovery. Okay, cool. Cool.
I get to that point every time with some builds. Yeah.
All right, Zach.
135 Naruto, you will.
Zach, we're gonna raid.
Really? 135.
There's Zach. Thank you for following.
Per season.
Not Mystic.
Yes, Chris.
He, cause I
Welcome in.
I just followed
Thank
him.
you so much for that follow. I really appreciate
He
it.
has no idea.
You are an incredible human being. Grab your snacks. Grab your drinks.
He doesn't.
Relax,
He doesn't have any clue.
and enjoy.
He's about to get rated by about 50 some odd people.
And enjoy yourself.
This is my favorite part before the raid. Okay, I'm gonna pause him.
Lego building.
He has no idea. He's building Lego, so I'm gonna follow. He's only got 7 people watching, so y'all are gonna make his night, if not his weekend, if not his week. I love doing that. I love doing that. The raid. I swear to God, as much as I love 3D printing fun little things, I love the raids even more. Love them even more. So everybody, feel free to pop over to Discord if you have not already for announcements. Thank you for following, of course, on Twitter. Appreciate that. Coda120 says her favorite part is support removal. I got that right, Coda120. Her. Where I did not injure myself. I'm still in one piece. So thank you everybody for hanging. I'm very, very happy. I'm very excited. I love doing this. This is my favorite part. I swear to God. I swear to God it is. I swear. And as much as I love hanging out with y'all, as much as I love having you here, again, keep making recommendations for things that hit your radar in terms of print. I'm not sure where I'm going to land tomorrow, but I will land somewhere. I'll figure something out. I'll find something. I always seem to figure out, yeah, this is gonna be good. And like cute little chubby. Thank you for following other people on Twitch or finding them, because like I love kind of branching out and discovering new people, you know, because you never know, they could become a part of the community as well. That's part of the fun. Yes, thank you for all the follows. Thank you for the bits tonight. I really appreciate all that support. The real support, not the supports. Tune in tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific. Have I seen the government's plan for COVID-19 stigma? No, not Mystic. And on that conspiratorial note, let me go ahead and stage the channel to raid Zach Rutledge, starting that raid here. That's funny, not Mystic. You are hilarious. Oh man. That's fun. That was funny. Thank you for the laugh. That was kind of funny. I hate to say it because I shouldn't say that was funny, but that was genuinely funny. Yeah, that's just me. Speaking of fun, we're about to have fun with Zach, who has no idea what's inbound. Assuming he's still streaming and he's not winding down. Okay, good. He's just chatting. This is great. I love you. I appreciate you. But at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. I hope you have a good day tomorrow. Good start of your week. See you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific. May the force be with you. Always. Now, let's Tusken raid Zach M. Rutledge in 3, 2, 1.
Absolutely. Like when I left earlier today, I was like, I'm literally leaving in the middle. I'd like to at least get to the end of a bag before I walk away.
Don't walk away.
Hold on to your butts. Chris! Oh my gosh! Raiding with a party of 51, ladies and gentlemen! Is King in the house? Can King give
Tusken
Chris
raid.
a huge
Tusken
shout-out?
raid.
Can Chris give King a huge shout out? Oh my goodness. Dropping the biddies. Thank you for that follow. The Mitch. The Mitch dropping the follow. The Raiders. Welcome in, Raiders.
Tusken raid.
Welcome in. I am Zach. I'll be your host this evening for this Lego journey. I really appreciate you guys coming in tonight. So many follow. Blurry Bigfoot. Love that name. Ladies and gentlemen, Blurry Bigfoot is now a part of the stream. That's right. I have you. And I'm never going to let you go. That's right.